you're onto something.
No, no.
8. Did you get 8 down there? 6. We have a winner, Maya. That was fun. All right. We're going to turn the lights on. We're going to let you guys get 10 minutes of practice. Have fun today with your team. It's Baker. Every game you can change the lineup if you like. Just don't bowl out of turn. We're going to be just moving one lane to the right after every game. You're going to bowl a game on one lane, and then the next game you're going to be on this lane. Okay? Have fun. You do not have to change your lineup.
Next month.
Next month? Okay.
Talking about the coaches that were in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Got it. Still working with it, I got myself and I'm still trying to keep training. They should have picked up that 10. We worked with that every night. I was like, that's pretty good. I'm like, we're going to have to practice more on that. Because I make sure that everybody else that's around. Look, it is the game. All the accuracy is the game. Oh, yeah.
This morning you were Snapchatting this morning like, look what I'm wearing.
What else should we wear next
I'm done.
Emil. What's he gonna wear on his -5? This? Oh, I didn't know Kennedy was rocking it too.
Yeah, she okay. Well,
We should have bowled trio.
me and Maya, I'm gonna get him out that 10 pin. No.
We should have got there. We practiced that every day.
Oh my God.
Put some names on.
What's his face? Pizza Frost?
I ain't seen no name on the ball since 1998.
Okay. Hey, good ball.
Jersey ball with Taylor Bateman. Bateman person. Now I remember.
It's his first EYT yesterday. And I feel like I thought he had one.
Because you saw him a lot.
Maybe, Good bowler. I mean, for his age, like, it's a lot of speed. What? I just saw that it went dead right. Did it read it?
It went dead right like this.
Immediately? Oh, really? What'd she hit? It's like outside. Oh.
And he missed. Hey, tell him he's shooting at 110.
Ashley, what did you hit? What did you just hit there? Did you hit 1, 2? Just went dead right? Yeah. Like that shot.
I feel like it was a little more this way than I wanted it to be instead of that.
I was worried for a moment.
Hey,
Throw the ball a full rack, would you? Instead of going.
Good teams, even though we have not that many, like the quality is really good.
Oh my God.
And I'm really glad that we
Hey, you
made
throw it
that
again.
they had to have a girl on the team because I don't think we have this many girls.
You should have saw him trying to throw the ball. Granny style, right? He's standing up there, and he's thinking he's trying to move. And they're like, hey, can't, it's not going to film me in my eye. He was up there for a few minutes. Trying to figure it out.
And Nick, you got something. You might have to ball down.
One more ball when I told you. That's the reality.
Yeah, something different because that big guy is big.
I do too. I think when he cuts it and it finally cuts off, it's a little bit around. We'll see. I like it. It fits it.
Nicolette.
Nick.
Yeah, he likes to go to the barber shop. Yeah. My sister. And
Big balls.
he's like, oh, I like the barber shop.
I'll tell you something, dude. I bowled last Saturday. Once a month. I shoot 240 once a month. I shoot 242, 240 something, 190. Dude, let me tell you something. Just, it's so control, it was so nice.
Yeah, I don't use that's why
No, I don't use it.
I don't use nothing big.
Zen.
I use, to be honest, is my active tour. Solid. That's a better I got one. I got a short man, I got one
I got my biggest, I do my best. I mean, I love it.
Hey!
Hey! I threw my two. I was cracking in my basement. I'm always like, why don't we throw this ball? I'm like, you'll never. I may never go throw another 300 ever again.
At least you got the
I got two of them with this ball. And then I have like a 770 series with a gold, black and gold.
Yeah.
And I'm that crack. My wife's like, seriously? Yeah, what are you doing? Still ain't got one.
I ain't got one. I had a 7 leg too.
I thought it was
I need a purse. I need to find like a green suede. That color would be. I can't find it. I just need to commit some time to find it.
It's good.
Yeah, are you doing well?
Yeah, my classes this year are a little harder.
Yeah, I imagine.
A lot more.
Oh, really?
I won against American Church.
Well, so he doesn't have his classes every day. So it's like if he has homework, he at least has like a day to do it.
Put a piece over here.
That's
Take it back out.
Yeah, but then he puts it off and does it at the last minute.
There's a bunch of tape.
I get that.
white tape.
More white tape? Come.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been going decent.
Good.
Also, there's some beanie winter hats at the merchandise table. If anybody's cold, you can go buy that.
You guys decide on what's the lineup? Who's the boss here?
Oh, you guys gotta keep track of this, right? Like who leads off and who leads off next and who leads off the next one, right? Oh, you don't have to? Okay, good.
Or you can just change, you can just switch every game.
But everybody going out, they're here coming in.
You're the captain. What? No kidding. Okay.
Here you go, Kennedy.
Alright, I'll get it. You just go strike so you don't have to worry about it.
Hey.
Gotta be in here for like ever.
Wait a minute.
Come on, Matt, it's a real question. I don't know.
Nicolette.
I always make sure that I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it and I carry my session back on.
There we go. Look at us. Ty, pick it up. Oh no, but those are not your games. Good cover.
Why you look so bad?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome It's the EYT Trios Team Cup as Bowlapalooza weekend rolls right along here. Bill Williams Jr. alongside Riley Smith here in just a moment. Different tournament today. Talked about the trios portion of things. Still Baker, though, as game one is officially underway across the building. 9 games of Baker competition. We'll talk about the additional format and everything else that you need to know, of course, to be informed and be in the know. And we'll also, of course, discuss the lane pattern, what the challenge is, and at least there was an opportunity at 300. There was a front 7 alert on 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 in particular. We had some really good teams. This year, the caveat for team construction was you had to have a girl on your team. We actually do have at least one all-girls team, but every other team is essentially mixed. And high-quality teams, I would say, as we welcome in Riley Smith into the booth this morning. Good morning, President. How you doing?
Oh, good morning. Doing well. Happy to be back for day 2. Bowlapalooza weekend. Like you said, this time trios. So excited. Very fun weekend, and we're going to end today with our trios event. So I'm doing well. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. I hope everyone else out there is doing okay. If you live in the Chicagoland area, you know, of course, it's chilly, to say the least. And a little bit of that chill has moved into the building, but things are starting to heat up as the strikes start to hit the scoreboards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you see me doing jumping jacks or taking a lap, don't question me. Just know I'm trying to warm up. Yeah, it's frigid out there.
Yeah, that's a worry we don't. Well, I mean, we do use it. It's Chicago, let's be honest. We do say frigid often, but sometimes not this early.
Yeah, not this early usually, right?
January,
February.
When it gets to be frigid. Sometimes not quite before Christmas. So the teams in front of you right now, we've got what looks to be a Bowl Indy squad, or at least a couple players from Bowl Indy. Eli Franco. Eli finished second, along with Hunter Saunders.
Yep.
To Nehemiah Kiefer and Easton Taylor yesterday. We've got Javen Zinnis, Kennedy Spears. This is, I believe this is team Hootenanny.
Hootenanny.
on lane 8. Then we've got, let's see, Rush, Ashlyn Tevis, Brett Biano. That's a good team. Then we've got young Aaron. That's Bam Bam. He was part of the USA Bowling Show with Caleb Boykin. And they are bowling with Jersey Asbin. Over on 11 and 12, I see Autumn Strode, Ryan Carmichael, and I can't see who else they're bowling with. I see maybe Gracie French and a couple other players. They got some really cool holiday fun style jerseys. All right, so 2:03, the final score on lane 7. Uh-oh. Okay, I saw something just roll on there. Not roll, it was actually like airborne on the approach. I wasn't sure what happened. First strike for lane 9, and you wouldn't expect the first strike to come in the 8th frame from that particular team, but
yeah,
Speaking of that, that just goes to show that the pattern is not the easiest thing in the world. So what are we bowling on today, Riley?
Well, by the main the main demographics that we look at of a pattern characteristics, you would believe that this pattern should be easier than yesterday. As we pull it up, will you be able to share the
Which
the
one
photo?
is it?
It's the 2023 Junior Gold Youth Open. Yep.
Oh, okay, Brett.
Ooh, score correction. Late strike.
By the way, folks, today truly, this weekend, but today probably is the event with the most fun all year.
Personality comes out.
Yep. You know, that you can let the hair down, if you will, just a little bit.
And as we get to the pattern, that I'll mention some of the strategy behind that to kind of let our bowlers have more fun. So we got it up on the screen for you. Top left, oil pattern distance is 38 feet. Yesterday was 41, so we're 3 feet shorter than yesterday. This is just outside a short pattern length at 38 feet. The top right, volume oil total, 28.35 milliliters of oil, so a little bit more oil than yesterday. Still not on that extreme high side, but we're creeping towards the higher amount of oil. And then on the bottom center-ish, we've got the ratio. So yesterday's was in that 3 or so, 3.5 to 1 ratio. Today, we're at 6.76 ratio on the right-hand side. And if you're a lefty, a 6.39 ratio. So this is an asymmetric pattern, meaning the left side is slightly different than the right side. We're seeing that more and more these days as we understand the differences of the right side versus the left side. With a 6.5 or so to 1 ratio, this pattern on paper should play more easier than yesterday's pattern. We'll see if that happens. The tricky part, bowling at Strike and Spare 2 in Lockport, Illinois, a little more friction on these lanes, and at 38 feet, our bowlers may have some trouble controlling the back end. When the ball exits the pattern at 38 feet, they may have some trouble controlling how aggressive it comes off the back of the pattern. We might see some bowling balls really flip hard, and that's that skid flip that a lot of people talk about. You may see that a little bit too much. We may see some interesting splits because of it, coming with so much angle. And on the other side, some bowlers may have trouble creating that back end because, again, 38 feet, there's still a lot of room in the back part of that lane where the ball might roll too soon, get into that hook phase too soon, and then essentially roll out, where we might see light hits on the head pin. We might see like the bucket combinations and things like that. So the key today, like I said, still a high ratio, so there is a lot of friction, but the key is getting a controllable bowling ball to come off the pattern, controllable going forward, again, but not too strong of a bowling ball where it rolls out and leaves our flat tens or bucket combinations. And hopefully we see some scores. Again, that's what this weekend's all about. Yesterday a little more challenging. Today a little more open, so hopefully we see some more strikes, we see some more spares, see some higher scores, and our teams should have a lot of fun today. Format, 2 divisions rolled up into each other, so want to give everybody a good opportunity with a chance to hit the pocket and maybe throw some strikes.
The pattern, these are the kind of patterns to me that are the trickiest. Because you could do a couple of different things,
right?
And then you kind of maybe sometimes not all certainly, but you get caught in between, right? One of those two things based on your skill set or what you can or cannot do with a bowling ball.
That's a really good point. What do you decide on? How do you choose at 38 feet? Can you play a little bit right towards the gutter, or can you also find a line in the middle part of the lane or a little bit deeper? And at 31 feet, even yesterday 41 feet, you can find success on multiple angles and lines to the pocket. And that's the hardest part, right? Is which one is going to give me the 2 things. Which one is going to give me the biggest miss room where I'll still hit the pocket? And the second one is when I hit the pocket, which line is going to give me the best carry?
That was a good ball change. As our groups now move one lane to the right. One lane to the right. I looked at the some of the formats specifically for the finals yesterday, or today, I'm sorry. And we will have best 2 out of 3. And I think we're taking 3 teams in U12/U14 and 4 teams in is it U16, U18, or just U18? I can't remember that part.
I heard U18.
Okay.
I didn't see that. Actually, I had a picture. I'll get that confirmed right now. U12/U14, and then U16/U18 are rolled up together. So 13 total teams, 5 in U12 and U14, 8 in U16, U18, for a total of 39 bowlers today. So out there, if you guys are watching or watch this back, let your friends know. We do have space for more teams next year, and we'd love to increase the entries. It's a fun event. Don't want to miss it.
Landon Rocco, Easton Van Hovland. Saw Easton and his partner Hunter Nell yesterday in a very, very good match. Truly came down to the 10th frame versus Sebi Vetter and Hunter Burnett. Sebi and Hunter are back at it here. We're actually right now over on 13 and 14. Shot there from Kennedy Spears. Good morning to Melissa. Just get a chance to see Leah. You know, Riley, we say the same thing every time, every week, every month. And it's the one thing that we repeat often, but we should repeat it because it's always worth repeating. And it's that these kids are so good.
I always.
I just sit back every month and I go, for about 10 seconds, I literally do this. Just whatever game it is. And I just go, let's do the look around, I scan, and I just go, wow.
It's hard to.
This is so good.
It's hard to put into perspective. We've got U12 up to U18, and these kids are, you know, acting professional, throwing it professionally, making adjustments professionally. You know, it is something to mention every broadcast because it's. I mean, some stuff that you've never seen before, right? As coaching continues to get better, dedication to the sport increases. It's super impressive.
Well, it took them a while, but the Biondo Steen Tevis duo, I don't know their team name. I'll have to take a look at their score sheet if it's nearby. After the slow start in game one, they have gotten things together.
The Queen and her court.
Oh, nice. Love that name.
Yeah, that's Biondo, Steen, and Tevis, 179 game one, a chance to century mark themselves. From 179 to a possible 279 now.
I was talking to Brett this morning, and we were talking about just bowling. And then he said, we were talking about he and Jaden bowling yesterday. And then we were also talking about his hoodie that he was wearing, which you like, which was a Green Bay Packers hoodie. And then he said, yeah, Jaden's the same age as we're in the same grade. I'm like, juniors? No, I thought he was a senior. Great shot from Rush.
Oh, they're juniors?
Yes.
They're currently juniors.
Yes.
I was off too then. I thought for sure they were seniors. we were talking, like they were making college decisions for next year.
Well, I mean, they're still making those decisions.
They could, yeah.
But just the fact that we will get a chance to still watch them compete at this level for at least another year.
Yeah.
Right.
Love it.
Man, but going back to he's so good. I thought he was a senior.
All right, Steen got the first one. Looking for a double in the 10th. Labels it.
Rush, I was talking to Mrs. Steen. Shout out to Coach Steen, who had a tournament to coach yesterday back at home, of which they understand that the girls team did win for the first time in the program's history, this particular event, which is a big one. So shout out to Coach Steen. But Mrs. Steen said Rush he thought he was throwing it pretty well, and obviously you and I both could attest that he was throwing it pretty well.
Yeah.
And was not being rewarded very much at all. That's changing right now. New day, new pattern, and a 278 game. It's the highest game of the day so far from any team to this point. Nice way to, again, bounce back. 179, 278.
Yeah, awesome game. Good bounce back, like you said, from a little bit of a slow start. the rubber band effect, as we talked about yesterday. Just wait until it releases, and then they pull it back a little bit, and then off and running.
Rubber Band Man. That's a
great
song,
that's a song, yeah. I am familiar with that one.
The pace of play today could be a little bit different than yesterday. Teams can get on some rolls, start striking a little bit more, and then to make moving that one pair to the right, obviously teams will have to wait a little bit if necessary. Young Dawson Cole, he continues to grow up. Addison Cole, we saw bowl yesterday. There's also a couple of players, specifically girls, who did not bowl during the holiday doubles, but they are bowling the Team Cup today. I'm assuming Ashlyn Tevis bowled in the high school event yesterday because, of course, Harlem, which is where she attends, is arguably, with the exception of Lockport, I got to throw Lockport in there, but Harlem is one of the greatest high school girls programs of bowling in the history of the state in Illinois, and I'm pretty sure, or I don't know, but I'd be willing to bet Ashlyn was bowling the high school event yesterday. That was in Joliet. And again, seeing a couple of players who did not bowl yesterday but are bowling today. Kennedy.
Hey, there we go. All right, give me another one.
Kennedy was a big part of the EYT White Sox day back in the summer.
Hey, let's shake this game off.
Hard to believe that was such a long time ago too now at this point, Riley. Feel like we were just celebrating a great month of July with the White Sox. Kennedy, I think she handed the lineup card. It was rain that day. It was intermittent for about 15 minutes. And then maybe like the second inning, the rain completely went away for the rest of the day, at least the game, and then it rained more later that day. Nehemiah threw out the first pitch. I think Leah Basevic also was involved. It was Leah, Kennedy, and Nehemiah all who had some pregame responsibilities. And can continue to watch these young people grow up.
That's a fun opportunity looking back on these youth bowlers and what they got to do with the EYT. I'm sure that's going to be a very memorable experience for them going onto a professional field. If they are baseball fans, then maybe seeing some of their idols and meeting some of them throughout that process. I would have been ecstatic to do that as a youth bowler.
I couldn't imagine throwing out the first pitch at that age. I can't imagine throwing out a first pitch really at any age. The nerves that would come with that, honestly. I'd be like, which one is more nerve-wracking? Bowling on TV or throwing out the first pitch at a Major League Baseball game?
I'm going to give the answer.
And we could ask somebody because they know. We have one player.
We could.
Who has done both.
We could. right in front of us on lane 7. I've never done the first pitch at a game. My guess is bowling on TV is probably still more nerve-wracking. I feel like for a baseball first pitch, as long as you don't completely ruin it, you'll kind of go unnoticed. It's like, okay, all right, he bounced it in there or a little bit high, but you know, just like don't like throw it 2 stories straight up or right in front of you, or throw it in the dugout, some crazy stuff. Yeah, you'll just kind of move on and all right, that was the first pitch.
One more thing too, Riley, you know, watching many of the same players, of course, compete over this weekend. They get 2 different patterns, and we see this at the Battle Royale, for example, where we challenge them with 3 patterns. But you can see the same players and how the versatility and or adjustments work from day to day, right, block to block. They've got to do something slightly different, not a ton. But like just watching, you know, Hunter Saunders already, you know, started with some bowling balls that maybe he didn't start with yesterday, but he ended with, you know, those types of things. Seem to a little bit more urethane on the fresh.
Yeah,
that seems to be working as opposed to yesterday on the fresh where urethane was not a good idea.
Yeah. It's a lot of good adjustments. You know, looking back in the somehow the 10-pin falls for Nehemiah. I'd be scared of that 10 if I was that 10-pin too. He almost went down there and made sure it fell down. So back in the day when I'm sure you would kind of comment the same stuff is bowling a tournament, you always go to that first ball that you always throw. And then, hey, why isn't it working? I can't figure it out. Well, now it's a completely different strategy. These bowlers have a lot of coaches, a lot of knowledge now, and right out the gate, knowing what to do, lane play and ball selection.
Leah with another one. All right, so this group, or this trio, I should say, starting to put in their work.
Oh,
a little bit of hole there for Easton Taylor.
He wasn't sure about that one. Easton making it to the step ladder yesterday. Looking to do the same today, bowling with some, you know, some little chip on the shoulder maybe.
This is technically game 3. Good morning to Coach Steen. Coach, it was just like your ears were ringing. We were just talking about you. And specifically Rush. As they have now moved to the bottom of the screen. They're on 11 and 12 right now. They started with the front 3 after shooting 278. Riley, who would you say, this is a very difficult question, and there are multiple answers because this is a personal, very subjective answer. But it's just one of those, like when you just think about how long you've been working now with this tour and the players that you've watched move in and out. Name some players that have left a lasting impression on you. And the answer is all.
Yeah.
Okay. But everybody's got every player does something very different, unique, that may stand out in someone's mind for whatever reason.
Man.
It'd take you all day to answer the question.
It could. You know, without saying the obvious ones, when I first started, Landon, Griffin, Gianna, Abby, without mentioning those, going a little bit deeper into the bag. I mean, the one that sticks out is Autumn Strode to me. She's improved so much. I've seen her put in the effort, and also getting to talk with her parents, getting to know Ryan and stuff. So I know a little bit more of, like, you know, the strategy, the commitment and stuff like that. So just a little bit closer, and I know more. That really sticks out is the grit, determination, and the drive. Being here then for her first win, which was a major, and then I believe back-to-back majors, and now winning a couple of other regular EYT events. To see that growth from where she started to where she is now, that dedication, it's inspiring to see. So I think that would be my deeper in the bag answer.
That's a very good answer. Yeah, Autumn has been phenomenal. And it feels like it happened not quite overnight, but, sometimes the switch does kind of flip a little bit, and that growth happens quickly.
It's quickly. You're not quite overnight, but it feels like it. I remember watching some Facebook posts and talking again to her family and hey, we're starting to take lessons. We're starting to do this. We're putting in more time in the bowling alley. And then once understanding that, it was like 1 or 2 tournaments later, whoa, I can see a big difference. Ball roll, speed, power, rev rate, leverage, etc. And then mental game, and then like just the bowling smarts of lane play, etc. It just all started to click, and I knew it was going to be just a matter of time until the wins started piling up. Boom, first win comes, and then it's kind of like shooting your first 300. You shoot your first one, and then usually pretty close after that, you get a second one. It's just that monkey off your back, and that's what happened with Autumn with her first win.
Well, I would like to be the first to tell you, Riley, that it didn't quite happen that way for me. I think it certainly could have. In regards to the multiple 300s I'm referring to. I'm still waiting on number 2.
No way.
But I also don't bowl enough to
So
qualify.
the story that I heard yesterday about your 300 was your first
right.
and only.
Still, yeah.
No way.
It was 20 years ago, in fact.
No way.
Yeah.
You just don't bowl enough. That's why.
I don't. 2005 was a good year. That was a really good year. I was in my prime early, and then it fizzled. Switched over to 11 through 14 because what was the Queen's Court? Is that what you said? What was the team name?
Queen.
The Queen and her court.
Her court. Yeah.
Yes, of Ashlyn Tevis, Rushdeen, and Brett Biondo. Now can go back-to-back games in the 270s. Rush is going to be left of your screen there. Ooh, that was aced.
And that's another strike for their Phantom 10th
Oh, that's
game.
right. Give the viewers that description.
Yeah.
What does the Phantom game mean, and how does it work?
Awesome. So we have 9 games of qualifying today, and the Phantom game is going to take the first frame of our 10th frame and put that into their Phantom game score. So game number 1, if the team threw a strike in the first ball of their 10th frame, in the Phantom game, that's a strike in their first frame. Game 2, if they throw a 9 spare in the 10th frame, the second frame of their Phantom game is a 9 spare. So now in the Phantom game, they went strike, 9 spare. In the case of Steen and company, they threw a strike in the first, the 10th frame, the first 3 games. So their Phantom game starts out with a 3-bagger in the first 3 frames. So 9 games of qualifying. We'll fill in all 9 frames based on the first delivery of the 10th frame. And then everybody in the 10th frame gets 3 strikes automatically. So try to put your best 9 frames together. And that counts towards qualifying. Could make a big difference.
Well, they've gone it's 278, now 268 in back-to-back games. All right, so no bowling there. Back down to 7 through 10. Nehemiah able to stick the landing.
This is the first time I've seen Eason Taylor with Bird on the back of his jersey. I'll have to see what that means. nickname or something like that? I'm not familiar with it. No. Nice washout conversion on lane 10 there. I believe that's Rihanna. So Jade will get us set up for the 9th frame in game 3, and everyone else has made the turn over to game 4.
Another great shot.
Kennedy with a chance to double in their 10th frame, add a strike to that phantom 10th game for the 3rd frame. So a lot rides on these 10th frame shots. We already know that the 10th frame is important to begin with, but even more importance with that phantom 10th game.
Just dropped the bowl metric score so you can keep track of the trios today. If you click on the link at the top portion, you'll see yesterday's doubles, and you're wondering where the trios is, like I did. You have to scroll down, and it will be at the bottom.
All right.
Mr. Majors, I hope, well, looks like you did get home, and hopefully safely. And Riley, Mr. Majors said it was a tough sledding, no pun intended, getting home yesterday.
No way.
Indy did.
Snow, huh?
Indy was supposed to get, he was telling me yesterday, somewhere between 5 and 7.
Ooh.
But if you recall, Leslie was basically, stating her case as to why they should stay so she could bowl today. And he just said they should have stayed.
They should have stayed. Oh.
But certainly understand the weather situation. Got a big score possibly on lane 4. Dawson, let's see, Dawson Cole. He's got a good break, so it's going to be one more, I should say. He'll be in the 230s, or that trio will be in the 230s. We'll see if Rush, Ashlyn, and Brett continue. Another great start, front 3 again.
Yeah, interesting combination for those 3. 2 right-handers, but one's a one-hander, one's a two-hander, and then they've got a lefty. You got a little bit of everything on that team.
Well, I tell you, if you had to construct a team, I don't think there's a team ever that should not have a left-handed batter.
I agree with you totally. Unless the only caveat
if it's
is like,
more than double, like if it's more than 2.
Yeah, if you know exactly what the pattern is, and like if it's like a sport shot, whatever, and you know that a certain side of the lane is completely shut out because there's been 10 weeks already bowled on it, whatever. That's the only time I wouldn't do it, but I totally agree. Totally agree. It's always good to have a solid lefty on the team.
Because that one day. And we all know, and some may not, right, from the bowling perspective. We've got parents watching who, may not be completely abreast to how, deep the tournament bag may go. But generally speaking, and unless, as Riley just talked about, there's a pattern or a bowling center, you just kind of know the characteristics of the pattern, the center, et cetera, and they don't play well on the left side. But if all things are even, quote unquote, get yourself a lefty, at least one, especially in a trio, 4-player, 5-player team if you can.
Yeah. Because
some days that player is going to carry you.
Yes.
They will have it, and the 4 righties and every other righty in the building just won't.
And then if you're that team that doesn't have a lefty, you happen to squeak into match play, for example, and you bowl a team that does have one or a couple, you're just like, I don't know if we can beat this team,
Listen, a lot of people know Mike Dole.
Yep.
And first of all, shout out to Mike. Done a great job at Brunswick. But Mike got a chance to bowl with him collegiately for a season or 2. I can't remember. I think a season. But he was exceptionally good. He's still good.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good in college. And you know, college bowling, if you have a good lefty,
Oh, yeah.
a great one, and if they have any inkling of a look, how good it can be for the team.
Yes. Yes.
He went off a couple tournaments.
Whether it's individual games or Baker style, man, to hand it off, you know, get through the first 4 frames, and if he's anchors, hand it off to the lefty.
It's just like
just get there.
Sometimes you can just turn it on automatic.
Yes.
All right, good stuff, Bruin. Easton Taylor trying to get this team one more. It could be in that could strike at 2 team. Brandon Zabelka, Ryan Richter.
I noticed Easton's jersey has bird on the back. Are you familiar with any of that story at all?
I am not.
I'd like to figure that out.
Ryan, Brandon, and Brooke here. Great jerseys. The green on the left. Dominic, Emily, and Tristan. A nice shade of green with some polar bears. They've got scarves on them. I mean, that jersey is nice. They will be coming over to 7 and 8 in a moment. Actually, there's Tristan sneaking in right there.
I feel inspired to grab myself a little holiday jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Nehemiah, Leah, and Easton, they've got this almost like the Christmas holiday cakes from Little Debbie kind of rolling through. That's what it looks like their jersey is all about. And then again, Brendan, Brooke, Ryan, this nice green. The pins have a little bit of ribbon and a bow on them.
Yeah.
Snowflakes on the bowling ball.
Like a nice shiny ornament it turned into.
Yeah, that's actually more like probably what that is.
It's nice.
The bowling ball part is an ornament. I admire these young people in their fashion sense.
I love how much they match. All the teams out here. Not everyone out, but there's like we talked about, a couple that are matching. I love that. I see it a lot more in youth bowling than I do in adult bowling. The only time I really see it is at nationals for the adult side. But if there's a doubles, trios, team event, locally, regionally, I hardly see it unless maybe that team bowls nationals together and then they break out that jersey for said tournament. Last time I matched in a tournament,
McKendree won the national
probably
championship.
McKendree. My wife and I have gotten some matching jerseys. So our doubles tournaments that we bowl, probably 75% of the time we'll match.
Speaking of lefties, Leah's a very good lefty. She's you just see the growth too, right? And some players you can see the growth just from month to month.
Yes.
I think that's kind of the coolest part about what we get a chance to watch is you can see the mini developments, the mini improvements, which over time, of course, grow into mass improvement. And it may seem like it's just happening all at one time, but it's simply the small process-oriented steps that keep adding up and making a huge difference.
Yeah, you see them stack up. You see the confidence increase too.
You know, watching Eli win, right, last month after I think he got a couple of seconds or third place, and so you know where he's about to get over the hump at some point.
Yeah.
But just watching him maneuver through the finals each time, and then finally him breaking through. You know, watching Nehemiah, even though Nehemiah wins often, right? But talking to him, he has learned and figured out how to. He's still figuring out how to win, even though he wins a lot, right? He's still figuring out how to win in certain situations.
Yeah.
But he also already has the will and the know-how to win, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because he's very good very early. And then so talking to him about that, man, he dissects everything.
And that's important. I like to hear that. You also need to debrief, you know, look back, review. Even when you win, you still have to go back and debrief, because just because you won doesn't mean that you are perfect. And it can take a while for someone to acknowledge or maybe move on after they've been successful and had a win. Sometimes you see them go right into a slump, and it's because of that mental side.
Yeah.
They may be stuck on that event that they won. So being able to, like you just said, it sounds like he still evaluates, debriefs based on victories. Seems like that's a good way, a recipe of success for extended success.
Yeah, he's got it, and the coaches and his family, his grandmother, Coach Roman, so many people with regard to Nehemiah in particular, but just how he dissects an event. Oh, Brian got the 9-pin to fall just late to peek back over on 11 and 12. Could be the best game for, again, what I believe is our only, speaking of 8-pins, all-girls trio bowling today. So we've seen multiple 8-pins on 9 and 10, specifically lane 9. Rush left a couple, or at least one there yesterday. And now Brendan Zabelka. How about the growth from Brendan? Like the actual growth.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that as well.
Didn't even recognize him.
Yep, taller, different little hairstyle he's got going on. And as far as bowling-wise, he's in so much more control of his body. As he was growing and getting stronger to where he is now, he was a little more loose with his arm swing. He's still got a loose arm swing, and that's not a bad thing. But, you know, a little like the ball was kind of moving him around a little bit. He didn't have so much control of the ball. If we talked maybe a year or so ago, arms were kind of moving around. Things were a little bit everywhere, but he's really cleaned that up, and I think it's that maturity. He's gotten stronger, more in control of his body and his ball. He's always had a great physical game, even as a younger kid. Now it's about cleaning that up, mastering what you're good at. He's getting there. He's got a little Mike Fagan arm swing, super loose. That's a huge compliment.
I was just about to say.
You know what I'm saying, Dole? Like super loose.
I've never heard one person ever say anything bad about Mike Fagan's arm swing.
Yeah.
And so if that's what you're working with, if that's the comp you're going with, I mean, that says a lot.
That's huge. It's not as high as his, but it's that looseness to it. And also, matter of fact, as I think more about it, a little bit of that Verity Crowley, how she, like her shoulder just stays in one place. I don't know if it's double jointed or not, but her shoulder stays in one place and then just whips down at the bottom. I see that a little bit with Brendan as well. His shoulder doesn't rotate open. It kind of stays in the slot and just slingshots down.
I mean, there's some uniquely talented people in the world, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice job, Jade.
You know what I'm talking about, though, with her shoulder?
Yeah, I have a visual
image. It's like her shoulder doesn't move. It's just her arm.
And that's how she's able to keep her shoulders back. Right? She doesn't get forward.
Yes.
I mean, it's very rare when she is actually forward at the foul line.
Yep.
Because it's also very rare that she falls off a shot. She's be the most physically sound player.
Yeah.
The other person I think about in that regard would be, especially in the women's game, would be Valerie Bercier.
Yeah.
Never falls off a shot.
Another statue. Boom. Every time statue.
So they get over to 189 over there, our girls trio. By the way, Brett, Ashlyn, and Rush shot 231, I believe, or 237. So that's 278, 268, 230 plus for this team.
On a roll.
They are on the run for sure. Speaking of Zabelka, looking at some of the low-end scores, and not seeing a ton when players kind of make the turn down to 3 through 6. I think I've seen maybe one game over 220 over there. A nice job by Dawson Cole striking out for 208.
Whoa.
What just happened?
I thought that was a gutter. And then it
Looked like
came
Easton did
flying
too.
back. And then I thought it was a strike, but it was a wrap 10. Oh, I went through the emotions with him there, Emil. Sorry.
It's okay.
Almost fell out of my chair.
Good morning, Phil. Excuse me. Shout out to Phil and Amy. Gave us another incredible rendition of the national anthem yesterday to get us started. Phil and Amy, Luke's not even bowling, and they still come out and support and provide their musical talents. That's when you know you built truly a family atmosphere.
Yep. Yeah, even more names to, like you from your previous question a couple of games ago. Throw Luke's name in there, Josh Weems, Lucas Drisdall.
Good ball, Nehemiah.
Some other impactful EYT bowlers.
Hook. Nice. Nice, Leah. Let's take a quick look at the standings, see what we got. Let's see what we have here. Through 3 games, the Rack Reapers with 66 over.
That's like a Halloween name.
Perfect. Not perfect. Perfect trio. Somebody was rooting for them early too in the chat. Shout out to our YouTube viewers as well. But Perfect trio is plus 17. Then we had the Bowl Indy All-Stars. We've got the CAJ Stars and Santa's Helpers. A couple of those are missing a game. And then that's really U12, U14 combined. And then we've got U16, U18 combined. And team winners. Someone actually started with 279 today. Did you see that?
Game 1?
You see who that was?
No.
Who was that? I feel like it was
What
somewhere
team
in this
name,
lower
name
end.
is that?
Team winners. They went 279, 241, 224. 744 out the game.
Wow.
And then there was the queen in her court with the 179, 278, 268. To see who we'll have to find team winners. Have to get Corbin on the horn. Big game brewing here for Nehemiah, Leah, and Eason. Push.
Hey, don't lose it, Nehemiah.
Leah Johnson. Is Leah bowling with Sebi and Harper?
Yes.
Okay. We're bowling so fast, I keep forgetting to change the graphic.
Now you got to move to game 6 in a second.
Yes. Completely, basically missed all of game 5. Didn't have the graphic changed. All right, that's a good carry of the 7 for Easton. He already got the first one on the 10th for the shadow game. So there'll be possible 214. Let's go next door. Rush Steen trying to finish it out.
We just saw it in the bottom right of that screen now on the featured screen that you have up. Ruth Thatcher. She went, so she doubled, I know. Let's see, she's the A position. A 2 spot. Strike in the second. Oh, 9 spare and then strike. Her ball roll, I mentioned this, I believe 2 months ago. Her ball roll continues to get better. She used to have a wrist brace, and she was always, I could see she was trying to get like a yo-yo effect with her wrist, but that wrist brace was preventing her from doing that. And whenever that happened, call it 4 months ago maybe, 4 to 6 months ago, whenever that adjustment was made, I can see huge improvements in the number of revs that she has and her ball roll. And that strike in the 8th frame is an example of a powerful ball roll. Coming up high flush, pins were flying everywhere. That's a big difference. Generating that type of power, removing that wrist guard was, I think, the right move for the young Ruth Thatcher.
For the Bowl Indy squad, right?
Yes.
It's a nice tour that's developed over there. Shout out to Bowl Indy. Been seeing a lot of really good stuff. Some of the EYT players starting to see have made their way to Indy to bowl some stuff, and vice versa. Obviously, we always talk about the Majors family, and they have made their way over to the EYTs to support. Just so many opportunities for youth bowlers to really be better and compete, get high quality reps, each and every time out, and it's fun to watch and support their respective youth organizations across the country.
Now they're coming into Illinois, trying to take some hardware.
I just feel like we've had more fun. This weekend is a fun weekend, period. Just off the board, doubles, trios. It's the one event, or it's the one time or 1 weekend a year where you just get to bowl as a team. So you try to see how many friends you can have on one team,
Yeah.
and go bowl, and just the smiles between yesterday and today. Even though it's competition, but everyone's smiling, they're having fun. Teams that may or may not be striking a ton. It's like, we don't care. We just want to hang out and have fun today.
We see Emily on lane 8. I just noticed right now she's got a necklace that lights up.
Oh, she went full boat.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, when she turns around, it's like the ornament, or the Christmas light. Oh, and a great spare too.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, you're right. and the spare to top it off. Nicely done. Nicely done, Emily.
I like it.
Ryan cannot get that 4-pin to cooperate. Is that Grace Zika? Is that there's got to be relation, right?
Yes. Yep. Zika's in the
there
back
he
here.
is. Wow, you talking about a release?
Oh yeah.
This is my first time seeing her bowl.
So we were in Poplar Creek, I want to say, is the first EYT that she bowled. And I'm trying to remember. I believe she won. She's 1 for 1. And I believe this is her second EYT. So maybe she'll go 2 for 2. So first EYT, I want to say it was Poplar Creek. Yes, and that release is impressive. Talk about the yo-yo effect, creating a lot of revs, loose, good knee bend, so low at the line. Yeah, she throws the ball very good. She's got an okay coach.
Yeah, he's not too bad.
She's wearing the A.J. Johnson design from a couple of years ago. Zika family being close to A.J. Living in, well, not anymore, but prior in A.J.'s youth years and early adult career in the same area, bowling in the same center. Brooke playing a little bit further right than most and also using reactive. Was able to get that one to peel back from around first arrow. And a much needed strike in the 5th frame.
Hook ball.
Oh. Yeah, going back to the 8 pins that you were talking about on 9 and 10. I wonder if there's a pin off spot, maybe the 5 pin. Might be something to look at. If it's off spot just slightly, the 5 pin will deflect, basically go parallel with the ground, and then just almost like a wrap 10, it will just fly right around the 8 pin. I wonder if that's a little off spot. Oh, Ruth with the spare.
How about that?
In the bottom of your corner of the screen.
No, that was full screen mode for that one.
Oh, full screen, yeah. Awesome. So the 3, 4, 6, 7.
Yes,
great
indeed.
spare.
Shot there from Hunter. Replay on your screen.
Textbook, just on the right side of the 3 pin. And that 3 pin again will take out the 4 domino into the 7. It's not easy. However, I would argue for a righty, probably one of the easier splits. No splits are easy, but that one is a little bit easier. Just the way of a right-hander's ball roll, a little bit easier to sneak the ball behind the 3 pin. Whereas if you have like a 2-10 split, it's not as easy to sneak the ball behind the 2 pin as a right-hander's hook will go away from the 2 pin. Sneaking behind the 3 pin, the ball is heading towards the 3 pin. So a little bit easier if there is a split. That's a little bit easier than others.
I want to take a quick moment to thank all of our sponsors here in the Elite Youth Tour. Of course, includes Storm, as Deandra would say, our day one. They've been with this brand, again, literally since the prior to their first event. Now this is, we were just celebrating the 10th year about 3 years ago. So I think this is year 13 or 14. So thank you to Storm, Turbo, H5G. You know H5G, the materials used for the jerseys in the H5G brands, very good.
Yes, yes.
And we needed a little extra warmth this weekend, so we appreciate you. Thank you to Dexter. Good shot there from Easton off camera. Shout out to, again, Dexter Bowling. Dexter provides some opportunities for winners and others on the EYT to receive Dexter shoes as well. Thanks to Gail Volschel, Fast Track Physio, and our guy Paul Schroeder.
Give yourself a shout out, Emil.
And thanks to Bullstream TV for providing the live stream for the Elite stream, generally speaking, with myself and one Riley Smith. And thanks to Riley Smith for always doing a wonderful job when I am not here. He's making it very easy for me to, when if it's ever time for me to depart, Riley's perfect. He's in. No, I don't plan on going anywhere.
Oh, thank God.
I plan on being here for a long time, man.
Good.
Unless something really cool happens to me, which will be great, you know.
Hey, don't hold back,
but
you know.
But if I can always have this in the schedule in some fashion, I will be doing this for as long as we will be around.
Excellent.
All right.
Shot, Leia.
So Bacevic over there with the strike. Let's see Rush on screen. And they haven't really slowed down. That's another strike on the first one and the 10th too. So I wonder what their shadow game is looking like at this point. There
Quite
has
possibly
been
perfect through the first 6.
I said there's been a perfect game, right? Shadow?
I believe so. Last year, I want to say we had one.
Because it almost it either helped or nearly helped someone make the finals. Almost put them over the top.
I'm thinking it may have been Joss Weems and Kai Struthers, maybe Tyler Williams on the team. I'm feeling it was that team, but that's also a really talented group, so maybe that's why I'm thinking that it was them.
Good morning to those watching, of course, on our YouTube channel. Good segue for that. If you have not subscribed already to the Elite Youth Tour YouTube channel, please do so. That number is growing, and we'd love to, continue to have it grow and maybe have it grow in some leaps and bounds. So we've got obviously a nice following on Facebook that has developed over many years, as well as Instagram, and trying to grow the presence, of course, on YouTube. So if you wouldn't mind, pop over there, subscribe, and not only subscribe, turn on the notification so you'll know when we go live and or when some additional vids have been uploaded. Not only, of course, the live events and certainly the recent ones, but many of the previous EYT events are now moving over to YouTube at a slow pace. Not all at one time, but at a slower pace. With some changes to, of course, Facebook and videos not being archived there past 30 days.
Yeah, we can preserve the history now on YouTube.
So please subscribe there, and you'll find other items, vids, video profiles, some younger EYT stuff, like it's always fun watching Joss interview Cam Crow.
Oh, yes.
Like that just never gets old. From like 2019-ish, maybe something like that.
Joss is like just past Cam's knees. Like he was all of maybe 4 feet tall, and he's got the little microphone trying to hold it up.
Eli, great pattern or great question with regard to what pattern they're bowling on. I'm going to allow Riley to walk you through that, but I'm going to put the pattern up on the screen again for those who may have missed that. It is the Youth Open 2023, specifically Youth Open all divisions pattern.
Yep, 38 feet in length, about 28.5 milliliters of oil on the lane, medium to approaching the higher side of the oil volume nowadays. And then the ratio, kind of telling you how easy versus hard it will be. Again, this is all just on paper. Is about 6.5 to 1 on average. Left side is about 6.4, right side is about 6.75-ish to 1. So higher ratio, slightly easier conditions. Lower ratios, like a 1-to-1, is going to be the hardest condition. So slightly easier today versus yesterday's pattern and versus the usual Elite Youth Tour patterns. Intentional today to, like we talked about earlier, allow the bowlers to have some fun, try to throw some strikes, have good camaraderie together. And what we've seen so far is that urethane has really taken over. There's a few bowlers that are getting reactive to look good. But as I mentioned earlier, it's all about controlling the 3 phases of ball motion here. It always is skid, hook, and roll. Some of the reactive balls or shiny reactive bowling balls will not get into that skid and hook phase quick enough, resulting in some interesting splits if it's not a perfect shot. And some of the other reactive balls that are a little bit stronger, a little more surface or solid bowling balls, might be rolling a little bit too early. And what that means is flat 10 pins if you're a righty, maybe a bucket combination. Good effort from Wilms. So now we land in the kind of that urethane area, and that's what we've seen a lot of the power players go to, both one-hand and two-handed bowlers, and it's working out. I was skeptical if urethane would work today. The pattern length being 38 feet and that strike and spare, I had a feeling that it would work. On the other side of the coin, it's a 6.5 to 1 ratio, and that's why I wasn't sure if it would work. Those higher ratios tend to lean away from urethane, so it was kind of right in the middle. There's possibility that it works, and there's possibility that it doesn't. It seems like so far It's in the good category. I believe a lot of these bowlers, I would say, I don't know, 90% of the field, if I had to guess, bowled on this back in 2023 at Junior Gold.
Probably. Question is, do they know what they were bowling at the time?
Right. We'll see how long urethane continues, or if it continues to look good. As we are in game 7, we are bowling 9. Again, trios Baker style. We'll see how long it lasts for. It's going to be some transition, but it's not the usual transition when we have individual bowlers bowling more games, throwing more shots, moving the pattern every single time. That's still happening today, just not as quickly and not as severely. So we'll see as we approach that match play format, if it's still a good look at that time, or will we see our bowlers make some adjustments? And it'll be interesting if we do have to make an adjustment. Great shot from Dawson Cole. Will it be something like that? Throwing a smoother, solid bowling ball. And then if they do go to that bowling ball, will they have to stay right or go left of where urethane was being thrown? Because urethane pushes oil down. Reactive absorbs the oil and it doesn't push down as much. But that urethane ball is going to leave some oil streaks down lane, lengthen the pattern, and if you throw reactive where urethane was being thrown, you're going to see it hydroplane at the end of the pattern. Instead of making that motion going towards the head pin, it'll hydroplane slightly to the right if you're a right-hander. And that's always very difficult as they transition. So we'll see if that comes into play today.
He is Riley Smith, president of the Elite Youth Tour. Shout out to all of our staff here today. Steve, Jawan, Megan, of course, Deandra, Corbin, Nora, Aretha, and certainly those who cannot be here and have been part of the staff certainly in the past. Melanie is not here this weekend. I know she had a big recruiting day yesterday as well at the big high school tournament locally.
Can we take a look at lane 13?
Sure.
We've got, almost a messenger. We had one miss through 8 frames. Ruth struck in the 8th there, and then it was Hunter. Almost had a messenger to take out the 10 pin. So a strong high game for them here in game 7 with the spare and hopefully into the 10th frame. Good cover and celebration. And now Franco with a chance to get them into the 240s.
By the way, Riley, team winners is made up of Harper, Burnett, Sebi Vetter, and Leah Johnson. That is team winners.
They got off to that hot start.
And they have been winning today a lot.
Average just shy of 250 for their first 3. Couple lanes away, Franco delivers, striking the first ball of the 10th. We'll see if we can get another one, get in the 240s. These are the moving games. With after game 7, just 2 more to go.
The moving games.
The moving games. Whoa, he got it. Eli gets away with one. Somehow throws a strike there. Somehow the pins fell his way. And a great game on lane 13. seeing some teams rotate through their lineup as far as who will be 1, 2, or 3. And seeing some teams just sticking with what they started with and riding out any turbulence with the same lineup. All right, Dawson's figured it out, as well as the team has figured out. All 3 of them throwing reactive, not choosing the urethane route. But there is a little bit of hang. I can see it. Right, I would say around 8, 9, 10 board if you're a righty. So just shy of second arrow. There's a little flutter, and that's from the urethane carry down.
The flutter, I like how you said that.
I've got beef with the urethane flutter.
I bet everyone does, or has had a little bit of beef with the flutter, at least once, maybe twice, in their tournament lives.
I can't complain too much though. I've created urethane flutter as well.
I was thinking about being someone just one time, just going out there and just throwing urethane, you know, and just doing the things that you suppose, you know, quote unquote, should not do.
You want to be that guy?
Right, throw it on the house shot.
Oh, 4.79
Let's do it,
conversions at Belka. And the 10th frame, huge for 2 reasons again. Not only for this game, but the Phantom game. Good cover.
Let's take a look at that. There's Brendan. Nicely done. Right, you're not supposed to throw it on the house shot, right? You don't need to use that league.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Eh, why not? Who says you can't do that? Just gonna go join a league or sub. No one, you know, no one's gonna know who I am. Just pull out 500 grit.
You would make people so bad.
That's actually a good bit.
Yeah, that would be entertaining.
I've said that out loud now, so I can't say any more. But I have a vision now in my head. But just think about your favorite like hidden camera show, right? And you know, you just pull out your 200 grit urethane ball.
just get some of those side eye reactions.
This is great. I'm doing it.
And
I have
then
to.
your first shot, your first delivery, hooks and goes straight into the left gutter at 25 feet.
You have a 1-ball bag.
It's the only
Only ball.
And after the first shot, you add more surface to it.
Right, because just break the rules. See if people actually come up to you and say, "Hey, you can't do that." Like we'll see who really is about rules and who's not.
Coming to you live on the next Bowl Stream
That might be
TV
on Bowl
episode.
Stream. That might end up on Bowl Stream TV.
Undercover cop. Put some makeup on you. Change your face complexion a little bit. Give you some, I don't know, different cheekbones, whatever.
Gosh, that'd be great. Get a facial prosthetic.
Then you can do it to the people that you're close with. You could do it with your buddies.
Yeah, because, or we could have someone else do it.
Yeah.
There are a few folks. I'm not saying I'm known by any stretch, but I know that people do recognize me when I go into a bowling center now. Not everyone, but some people kind of give me that look like,
Oh yeah.
I think I know that guy, right?
Yep.
So that would probably happen. So if I get someone else to do it who would have no connection to anything whatsoever about whatever location that we choose, like we couldn't do it at Strike and Spin.
No.
Like as an example, maybe we could. I've never bowled league here, so
Well,
maybe we could.
Game
How about this
8.
start? Another 3-backer. 11 and 12, I felt, has been favorable for the starts. Doesn't matter what team has been bowling, but the start has been fantastic.
And that's probably where our 279 was bowled. Knowing that that team is over here on
That's a good point.
coming over to 7. Maybe not.
Someone on the lower end
That would be.
or the higher end, I'm
Let's see,
sorry.
they're in 7. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They started on 14, so not quite.
Paul Fix Trio. Shout out to Anita. That gives us a good moment to let's take a quick look at the standings. Some are updated all the way through game 8. Some are in or updated through game 6 or 7. Now, right now, it's hard to tell who. I think we got 3 in the U14 who are advancing today. Right now, Paul Fecht would be one of those teams. There's no doubt about what the winners are doing. Going to take a look at them here in a moment. Get a chance to see them for the first time today up close.
That's some confidence to come out with the team name, the winners.
Team winners. Simple.
Simple. We know they came to do one thing today. And that is the furthest left. We have a righty that we've seen a righty today. In one Sebi Vetter. Sebastian, all the above.
I love that. This is Team GLV over on lane 8. He just said, one of the team members just said, all that matters is the Phantom game.
Oh, yeah.
That was Liam Rolick bowling with Grace Zika here.
He's got that in the back of his mind for sure. Maybe front of his mind.
Well, I mean, they've got 280 possible.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, so strike,
Oh, wow.
strike here.
So this is, yeah. Are they in game 9 then?
No.
We may need to score correction on that, huh?
I don't know. They do have 8 scores written down. So according to
They're
their
in
score sheet,
game
unless this is
8.
not their score sheet, and I'm looking at a different one. Let me look at Sebi's score sheet. So they're in. Yeah, they're in game 9 according to that too. Hold on, let's ask. This is game 9.
We are off.
We've been off.
We're not on the A game. We are not on our A game right now.
Well, we were looking at the score, or the monitors. And the monitors are 1 game behind. That could have been from our game, our pre-tournament that we had this morning. So that they didn't restart and just went to practice. That could have been the difference in that situation. Possible. Well,
Big.
now the Phantom game comes into play.
Big games on 11 and 12 right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Phantom game is now phantoming.
Yeah, that'd be huge for GLV.
So for Team GLV,
That'd be huge.
they've got
280?
possible 280. Team Winners has possible 279.
Wow. 10 frames, they are showing up.
All right, so we're looking at 11 through 14. Now, again, some of these teams, that Phantom game will be real important. The winner's squad is good either way. Like, they are just well out in front, plus 248 through 7.
Unsure how big of a game, or rather how big of a 10th frame this is for Brendan Zabelka and his team. Possible 279 with a punch out in the 10th.
Yeah, I don't have their team name. But either way, yeah, you're right. Hook ball. Bang. Oof. That was very nice.
Candy Cane Crushers.
Okay, Candy Cane Crushers. Well, they need this game, but I don't have game 8 for them yet.
Phantom game for those guys is, I didn't get a good look, but something maybe in the 2 teens or so.
Every pin counts. Nice.
Wow, big game. Possible 279. A huge closeout to their qualifying. And we'll see if that moves them up into making the cut.
And there it is. 280 next door. Grace Zika just dropped the first one in the 10th, so they've got 280.
Wow.
Here for Team GLV. That'll be a nice candy cane, a little stocking stuffer.
Yeah.
Especially if they, they somehow sneak into the cut there.
That's strong 10th frame anchor bowling throughout qualifying for them.
Shout out to Grace.
Oh, I think there's a 279 from Biondo, Tevis, and Steen on 16 way over there.
There was no doubt that they would be bowling again, or will be bowling in the finals.
Yeah.
They were.
Game 1 was a fluke, huh?
Just as, I mean, if not for that game, they would probably be neck and neck, like directly with team winners. That's how good they bowled since game 1. All right, so bowling nearby. 9 is wrapping up. So it's interesting, right? Some groups, there must have been some groups that just got out ahead on pace.
Seems like it.
And then other groups who are now just starting game 9. So we weren't all the way wrong. But clearly, half of the groups are in game 9 now, and some just completed game. Now there was one lane, like if you were to think about it, there was basically one team missing.
There was, yes. We have 15 teams, right? We had 16, no, less than that. 3 through 16, so 14 lanes, 13 teams. And we did have one lane with no team, and that team, they got off to the races. You know, they had a quicker pace than the rest. And here it is. It's right here, lane 9.
All right, so back over to 11 through 14, where they are going to be finishing game 9. So what game is Dawson and Addison and Elizabeth in?
That completes the qualifying. 193 is their phantom game. 164 is game 9 for them. So Candy Cane Crushers, 279, now in some trouble in the 4th frame. Maybe one of those moments for them. I think we've all been there in a team or individual bowling where you look at the scoreboard and say, we have to get the rest. We can't miss. It's not a great feeling to be in that position. We've all been there.
Landon Rocco. I'm gonna take a moment just to talk about two-handed bowling real quick, Riley.
All right.
And you know, we know, especially if you watch bowling, the style. Some say like it may have even saved bowling. I don't know about that personally. I don't know about that, but I don't think there's any doubt. Oh my gosh, Ryan Richter. No doubt that from the youth bowling perspective, it has got more youth bowlers interested in the game.
Yeah.
More excited about the game for sure, right? I bring that up because there are still several individuals out there who simply just don't like the style, right? They are traditionalists by heart, and that's okay because that's, you know, we all have that opinion, or they are entitled, I should say, to their opinion. But recently, I wrote a couple of stories that will appear in the Bowler's Journal about different players, different levels of competition, youth, collegiate, and professional. All three of them said Jason Belmonte was a huge influence, essentially, as to why they either began to be two-handed or thought about switching, ultimately did, like looked to him as someone to watch, you know, all of the above. And so, you know, the more I see people still say, hey, why are we doing this two-handed thing? And I go, like, I just literally talked to 3 people at 3 different levels of bowling who said, man, that dude, not saying he changed their lives, but in some ways it did.
Yeah.
And so just moving forward, I know we will certainly have more two-handed players, and there's going to be more two-handed girls in particular. It's to the point where I've even considered, you know, when I take my kids to go, and I am trying to at least get them to understand the concept of the two-handed portion of things. But they see us bowl, and we're one-handed, so I'm just trying to make sure they have it in their mind. So if they do begin to take it truly seriously, the way to go certainly looks like it's going to be two-handed bowling, just from the future, right?
Yeah.
Lane play, et cetera, and so forth. But so now when I see the two-handed style across the board, I can now directly relate to 3 individuals, and there's more than that, but 3 folks I talked to. I just said, wow. I mean, Belmo, truly, you're talking about global impact.
Yeah.
That is a global impact.
Yeah. Leaving your mark. EYT,
Absolutely.
leave your mark.
Someone who helped, of course, co-found this tournament, this tour, I should say. It's fun to try out.
I'm excited to read that piece.
Yeah, I wrote 3 stories regarding players to watch for next year.
All right.
One is actually bowling in this tournament today.
All right.
One is Nora Johansson, or Johansson.
Yep.
And
we talked about her.
The other is Zach Andreessen, who bowls at Mount Mercy. Very good player. Won the Player of the Year
In college last year?
In college, yes.
So I think there's another Mount Mercy guy that won singles. Is he from Australia?
Blake Walsh.
They're on the same.
Australia.
They're on the same team.
Yes.
Okay. I guarantee I watch a video, I would know who you're talking about, but by name,
Sure.
I can't
Yeah,
picture him. When does that come out? Which edition? Can you say?
Say that again.
Can you tell us what month of Bowler's Journal?
January. January.
Okay. Keep an eye on that one.
Coach Steen in the chat. A little bit of a different perspective for the future. I like the completely unrelated to the bowling part, which is good, because we need things that'll help bowling that don't directly relate to what happens on the lanes. We need the stuff that happens off the lanes to really, truly make change. And I'm talking about really monetarily, sponsors, et cetera, and so forth.
Yeah.
If you want to have a good convo about bowling, you talk to Coach Steen. He's got a lot of great ideas.
I like it.
Jersey Asbeatty down on 3 and 4, striking away.
Something I've always thought, this is, I mean, nothing's impossible, but this seems impossible. Is
this a Sprite commercial?
Ha! Anything is possible. Is the playing surface that we're on, it's always been 39 boards, 60 feet. What if it's not?
Interesting.
What has I don't know, has there been testing?
Well, that'd be interesting because, you know, I'd look at other sports and say, okay, how many changes have they made to their playing field? Baseball, they've extended the fences or brought them in certain cases. I feel like a basketball court has kind of been the same, more or less, minus the three-point line.
Adding the three-point line, yeah.
Those are the first couple examples that I thought of. Another thing I thought about too, Riley, and again, the differences players face with bowling, those who are of international, an international player like Honora, for example, things are different. We talking about playing surface, right? They talked about they actually have to prepare slightly differently when they come to bowl in the United States, because the heads generally are older in the centers in the United States, right? So the first 20 feet, 30 feet of the lane, generally speaking, right hook so much. We kind of know that part about most centers because of the age factor, and they don't see a lot of that actually. And in Europe, which I thought was actually really interesting.
It is. It is.
And so they've got to be cleaner at release point to get the ball through the fronts in the U.S., where they can get all over it a little bit more. They can get away with the grab at home, but they can't do that here because the ball's going to hook immediately.
You have to be clean.
Little subtle things, but they make a huge difference. And I was like, I learned a lot of good stuff in the last 3 to 4 weeks talking to various people.
Nice.
I also learned that Team Winners is going to be the #1 seed unless Brett Biondo and Ashlyn Tevis and Rush Steen. Oh, gosh. Brett Biondo just bulldozed the deck on lane 3 and left a 9-pin. I was just about to give you the bonus coverage and turn the camera on, but I'm glad I didn't, because that was demoralizing. But with a spare, they will be in the 220s, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 207, or sorry, 227.
Yeah, that's a tough bowling score right there. Front 3, 9 spare, double, 9 spare, strike, 9-pin, 9 spare. For 220.
Tough.
That's a tough bowling game.
That's tough. The great coach of mine, Dennis Knepper, loves that game. Capital Love. Strikes
it's a
and
great
9
college
spares.
bowling
He
game.
loves those games.
It's what I would call a professional game. Absolutely a professional game right there. That's obviously a break or two, and you're shooting 250 without question. Yeah. At least 240. Like that's 240 worth. Now we are all complete with qualifying here. I'm going to hang around the stream for a little bit just because the things are a little bit different today. I think we'll still have a mini raffle. I just don't think our break is going to be that long. So I'm gonna hang around and maybe do a little Q&A with those who are watching right now. Talk about some bowling. What you got going on? I'm gonna ask you a question if you don't mind, chat. What are you planning for your holidays, your holiday season coming up? Christmas is a couple weeks, or if you happen to be, maybe you're celebrating Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, right? Whatever it is you got going on, what are you looking forward to for your holidays to close out 2025? And then I'm going to add another question. Riley can get in on this, or both questions. What bowling goals do you have in 2026 if you do bowl? If you don't, then just what are your goals in 2026 in general? Okay? If you wouldn't mind to indulge while we wait to get our finals underway.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from the parents on those. Of course, the holiday side, that's fun. But on the bowling side, you know, their perspective.
So I'm going to say the finals will begin at approximately, I'm going to say 11:15 Central. That's what I'm going to say. Is it going to be true? I don't know. That's what I'm going with. That's a nice little photo right there. That deserves a pan. Oh, Mom's getting people in line. Mama Julie, getting them in line right there. She is getting them together over there. There we go. Look at that group. Let's get that message out the way. You can see those smiling faces. Oh, I think that was young Vince. Brandolino was bowling this morning.
Oh, got it.
That was great. All right, so Melissa has chimed in. Thank you, Melissa. This is kind of the radio show part for me. We've got a band trip to Orlando. How about that? I was in the band. I was in the marching band. Actually, I was in the marching band and the jazz band in high school. I miss those days. Leah is playing in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
That's awesome.
Now, that is dope.
That's like one of the coolest.
That's why you ask questions.
Coolest bowl games out there.
Yes, the Pop-Tart Bowl is a hoot.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys.
Where is
Enjoy
Leah right
that.
Now I have more questions. Because I need to know which, Mom can tell me, which instrument she plays.
This is Leah on Team Winners?
No, this would be Leah Hopkins. She bowled with
Lefty.
Yes. I forgot who she bowled with now. That's great. What a great way to spend the end of the 2025 year.
Oh, she's behind us. Right behind you.
She's like.
Can I give her the headset?
She thinks she's in. Yes, absolutely. I think I have another one.
We have questions for you. You're going to Orlando for the Pop-Tart Bowl?
I am.
Hold on, stay right here.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
Oh, me?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All right. So, Leah, nice to formally meet you. I'm Riley.
It's Leah.
Oh, Leah?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Leah, nice to formally meet you.
Yeah.
So we have a little chat going on as we are waiting for match play to start up.
Yeah.
And one of the questions we asked was, what do you guys have for holiday plans? What are you looking forward to? And I believe it's your mom maybe that commented.
Yeah.
You guys are going to Orlando for the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Yes.
And Emil and I just got super excited. We know the Pop-Tart Bowl. It's become famous on social media with the big Pop-Tart and everything.
Yeah.
So tell us about what you do on the side except for bowling and band.
So I go to U-High in Normal, Illinois. It's about like 2 hours from here.
Okay.
And we go to a band trip every other year. and it's my first year. I'm a freshman, so
Okay.
it's really fun to just come in and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to Orlando in December. It's cool.
Yeah.
We're playing like these country songs
Okay.
for the halftime show,
Okay.
like the Boot Scoot Boogie. I can't really think of the other two, but it's really fun to just like come in and we're like, yeah, we're going to Orlando. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a whole high school band.
Yeah.
Are there other high schools going there with you guys?
Yeah, so it's going to be like a mass band. We all memorize the same songs.
Wow.
There's going to be a bunch of bands there.
And you
yeah.
all perform at the same time?
Yeah.
So in essence, you guys are practicing as well as other high schools across the country, and then you guys will come on at halftime for the first time performing all together?
So we're coming down a day early so then we can have this mass band rehearsal.
All right.
So all of the bands are going to they're going to all come together and we're going to have this huge rehearsal, and then the very next day we're performing.
That's really cool. So when is the Pop-Tart Bowl? Do you know the date?
I don't know the date, but I do know we're leaving Christmas night.
Wow,
Yeah.
Christmas night.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not Christmas morning. You'll be able to see what Santa brought you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play?
I play clarinet, but then I've also started playing saxophone recently.
All
so,
right.
yeah, it's been fun.
Well, that's really exciting stuff. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And that we wanted to get you on to hear some comments from you. So safe travels.
Thank you.
Good luck. Have a blast. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Not only
it
for the
is.
Pop-Tart Bowl, but also meeting, I'm sure, a lot of other bands out there and people. So we're excited to see how that goes. And as we tune in to the Pop-Tart Bowl, we'll be looking for you.
Okay.
The little dot on the field. We'll try
Oh,
to
yeah.
point you out.
Oh, that's going to be hard.
Well, awesome. Do you expect to have bonus bowling match play today? Do you think you guys made it?
I mean, I hope so. We went plus 76.
Okay.
So we're hoping to be right there at the cut line and
Okay.
work our way up.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you in action in match play coming up here. And thanks for tuning in with us.
Thank you.
All right. That was Leah talking about the Pop-Tart Bowl.
After the break, top however many like in gold division wins carry over. Everyone else goes back to 0. So there's an opportunity for new winners in the other divisions. But like gold division,
27th. Okay, catching up on some of the comments in the chat. 27th is when the Pop-Tart Bowl is. So we'll have to keep an eye for Leah out there.
they'd probably let you. It's just if you wanted to do it.
All right, that was fun conversation. We still got a few more minutes until scores are tallied. Phantom games are in the books. On both YouTube and Facebook, we are live. Strike and Spare 2, Lockport, Illinois. Awaiting the final results. Keep an eye on bowl metrics. That will be updated as scores are entered. And as Emil was talking about, going through some holiday plans. If you have anything coming up, throw that in the chat, little Q&A, conversation time. And on top of that, if there's any bowling goals coming up in 2026.
Okay, so Riley, break it down for me.
So Leah's heading to Orlando Christmas night.
Right.
So
right.
she gets to see what Santa brought. We won't be missing that. Heading to the Pop-Tart Bowl, which is going to be played on the 27th. And there are multiple bands that she'll be performing with across the country. So essentially, strangers will be coming together to perform a couple of country songs, country hits.
So they
at
basically
halftime.
get 1 day to rehearse.
1 day to rehearse. They will be there the day prior to the event, to the game.
Especially if there's formations and whatnot involved too. Yeah, that can always be serious. Hi, Julie Brandolino.
Hi. Happy holidays.
You too. Thank you.
See you on there.
Okay.
On the flip side.
See ya. Yeah, that's that sounds like a really tall task. I think she's up to it. She was excited. Clarinet, a little bit of saxophone, freshman this year. And it sounds like they go every other year, make a big band trip out of it. So they'll perform with, like I said, host of other strangers for the first time the day before, and then they take the field on a big stage at halftime.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I do have experience in that a little bit. Not the Pop-Tart pole, but being part of a band that's working with other musicians and other bands. And we went to the Prep Bowl. Was it the Prep Bowl? I think it was the Prep Bowl. We performed at Soldier Field. And but it was basically you performed in your sections as individuals. But, you know, so basically we had the city-wide band, right? Every marching band that was part of, like, Chicago Public Schools got a chance to play in the Prep Bowl. And so, like, if you were on the drum line, you would be with the drummers across every drummer in the CPS, clarinets. Everybody would have a section, and the kind of same thing. We rehearse. Maybe there was some minor formation type stuff, and then we played. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
Very
how it all
fun
comes
experience.
together.
Yeah, and it was, you know, you get to learn from other students, other musicians, you know, have some dialogue. If you're a drummer, you know, you just generally there's already like this additional, like, extra bravado that you have, like, you know, if you play the snare, or I was a quad tom player. That was really fun. That was really fun thinking about that.
Marching band is always entertaining. I was in band as well, marching band for a little bit. We did parades, and then I went to my first marching band competition, which was with Chloe, my now sister-in-law.
How about that?
We went to Iowa, I believe it was. I had a blast. That was my first time experiencing that. Was just so much fun. Everyone out there was so good. They had performances that were so impressive. Yeah, if you guys have any competitive marching band performances like that, competitions, and you haven't been, that's something to do at least once on your bucket list.
Really thanks to Melissa for sharing that about Leah and her family and what they'll be doing. That was truly cool and exciting to learn about, and of course to give Melissa or Leah an opportunity, of course, for herself to discuss it. Riley, what are your goals for 2026 on the lanes?
Bowling goals for 2026. My first thought after I heard you say that, I don't have any like big goals, like anything that's, you know, you think of SMART goals. I don't have anything like that. It's just to keep bowling, try to stay in shape to continue bowling, and just try to keep doing the best I can. Every time I bowl, there's just a couple of goals that I go through. Simple stuff like post every shot, stay in every shot. You know, watch the ball go through the pins. Simple stuff like that is like my mini goals. Yeah, to be honest, right now I don't have anything in particular. Like, don't plan on bowling too many like regionals or anything like that. Just trying to bowl local, have fun, and just be successful. So I don't have much. Little lame right now.
Oh, that's not lame, man. That's those are all good things that go under the radar, though. You know what I mean? That those are important stuff. I think what I have learned personally, especially trying to come back to bowling, and as someone who, you know, you take these breaks and you have thoughts because you recall what your body used to be able to do and how you never had to think. The body just reacted. That's not the case for me anymore, right? So now there's a little extra thinking because I don't really know how the body's going to react. So I've learned I have to take one thing, and that's just going to be my focus for whatever that league day is. Subconsciously, I'm not thinking about anything or trying not to, and then all of a sudden it'll go, well, are you doing this? Were you doing that? Ooh, that didn't feel good. Did you do this? And I just find myself thinking about 8 different things.
Yeah.
When I could handle all of that back in the day. And now it's like you literally just gotta focus on one thing, bro.
Yes.
Because your body just won't do what you need it to do.
Yes.
The only way to get there is to make it as simple as possible for your body.
Yes.
So that'll be my goal.
Keep it simple.
To keep it simple in 2026 if bowling is going to be happening for me. I bet that's good advice for our young athletes as well. We do have some scores, by the way, that I'm going to run down here in just 1 minute.
I'm going to take a run to the tournament office real quick and come back with you. Make sure we have enough people for our forms and everything. So I'll catch you in a couple minutes.
Okay. Should be, well, I said at 11:15, so I'm going to say it is 11:15, so we'll move that. We'll call it, let's say 11:25, maybe? Yeah. We'll go with 11:25. We are simply just awaiting the start, of course, of our stepladder finals for the Team Cup. Yesterday we did a 2-game total pinfall to decide winners. Today it's going to be the best 2 out of 3. So the first to 2 wins will take home or win matches and ultimately take home the Team Cups. Again, excuse me, if you got some bowling goals and some things you'd love to just talk about, what are you looking forward to in 2026? Could also certainly be related to your son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson, etc. Feel free to let me know. We've been chatting it up as we await. We had the last call on the raffle, and bowling should be commencing here pretty soon. From the scorer's perspective, so in U14, that's the U12/U14 today, the Rack Reapers plus 121. Pretty good day. And in U12/U14, we're taking 3 teams. So, of course, the Rack Reapers are going to be the top seed. Then followed by Bowl Indy All-Stars as the number 2 seed. And then Perfect Trio. Perfect Trio. Not perfect. Perfect Trio. They are going to be in. They're going to be the 3rd seed. And they will bowl against Bowl Indy All-Stars in the opening match in U14. The winner will face the Rack Reapers. So those are our 3 teams in the U14 division. Then in the combined U16, U18 division, team winners plus 327. Man. Plus 327. Their low game today was 193. They had 2 games in the 190s. They had bookend 279 games, which is incredible. They went 279, 279, a game 1 and then game 10.
Just kidding, there's no tickets.
Actually, no, their Phantom game was 279, which was impressive.
The first winning ticket is Roman Barnes.
Coach Barnes.
Second winning ticket, Heather Carmichael. We got Jill Schmidt, Jim Burnett.
Raffle tickets are being awarded. We're taking 4, by the way, in U18. 4th today is plus 50. Shout out to Hootenanny. They made a nice little comeback late and almost made this number. And that was the only all-girls team. So fourth, 5 hands, 1 thumb. That's funny. They get to plus 50. Third is 2 to the left. Second, the queen and her court. And first, team winners. By the way, the queen and her court plus 279. Team winners. Team winners was Sebi Vetter, Harper Burnett, and Leah Johnson. The queen and her court featured Ashlyn Tevis, Brett Biondo, and Rush Steen. Two very good teams. One of them, we know team winners is going to bowl for the title. They're going to be the #1 seed. But will the queen and her court have a chance to get there? It's going to be up to 2 to the left or 5 hands and 1 thumb to make something different happen. So looking forward to seeing how that's going to shape out. JL, glad Hunter could participate. Love that goal. Look forward to seeing him back. I was very impressed. We were trying to figure out actually if that was his first EYT event, and I thought he looked familiar to me, and maybe I've seen him elsewhere, Junior Gold, for example, or something along those lines that made me think he was indeed or had already bowled an EYT event. But look forward to seeing him. He definitely has what it takes to win. There's no doubt about that. So we had a couple of Phantom 270 plus games, but no Phantom 300s.
All right, Christy Franco, did you come up? You're a winner.
All right, we got more winners in the raffle.
Actually,
Also,
Christy
JL,
won
if you,
twice.
I don't know if he will go back and watch this, but I talked about Hunter's
Gotta be in it to win it.
feelings, his emotions on the lanes. And I was complimentary yesterday because he's clearly, to me, someone, this is just me watching him yesterday, someone who kind of wears the emotions on his sleeve. But sometimes we know that as athletes, sometimes the emotions can get the best of you. And I felt like he was always in control of his emotional state. He was locked in each and every shot, still outpouring with the emotions, but didn't allow his emotions to take him, too far up the mountain or too low on the mountain. He stayed even keel to me. Now, when we say even keel, we're thinking relaxed, but I also think there's a level of even keel depending on whatever your emotional state is. And I think for him, he was like right in his even keel zone, which I thought was cool. And you can tell he really wanted to win. Everybody. Yesterday was people wanted to win, man. Kids wanted to win yesterday, and they want to win today, too. It was evident.
All right, let's get into the finals. In the U14 division, you're going to be on 7 and 8. In the first match will be the #3 seed Pacific Trio versus the #2 seed Bull Indy All Stars. The winner of that, we'll see the number 1 seed, the Rack Reapers. The U18, U16 division. You're gonna be on 9 and 10. In the first match, will be the number 4 seed, 5 hands, 1 thumb, versus the number 3 seed, 2 to the left. The winner of that match will see the number 2 seed, the Queen and her court. And the winner of that will see the number 1 seed, Team Winners. I like that name, and so far so good. In the matches, it'll be a little different than yesterday. We're gonna do best of 3. So it's not total pins. The first to win 2 games wins.
First to win 2 games? That's going to be hard.
13, 14, 15, 16, if you have a bye, you can warm up there, 13 through 16. Everyone is going to get 2 balls on each lane. The starting teams will get 2 balls on each lane. If you have a bye, when you come on, you'll get 2 balls on each lane. The higher seed gets to choose what they want their starting lane to be.
I think this is where we start.
Hey, these 4 balls count. Oh, you okay? Hey, Autumn. Go with the ion first. Here. Put it right here. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Those are shoes too. That's fine. That was the most outside you've been all day. That would have been handy earlier. Hey. There you go. There's more hold here. Stay straight up here. That one was pretty good. That's basically what we wanted.
All right, buddy. I think we're underway on 7 and 8. So one thing about the young players, and I'm specifically speaking to the younger division players, they don't waste time starting, man. It's always the older players who like do that extra thinking, like, what's our lineup going to be? They're like, no, let's go.
Let's go.
What are we waiting? So we've got Perfect Trio versus Bowl Indy All-Stars.
That's the U12/U14 division.
We've got Ruth Thatcher, Hunter Saunders, and Eli Franco. And then Perfect Trios, that's Emily Schmidt, Dominic DiLorenzo, and Tristan Wilms. And Perfect Trio, by the way, has gotten a lot of love today. Specifically, let's scroll up from Anita, who's been watching on Facebook. Shout out to, again, all of our YouTube viewers as well. Subscribe to the Elite U Tour YouTube channel. All right, show some scores up here on the screen for you, and then let's get our 7 through 10 look. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no, we don't need that, right?
Yeah, that's the practice pairs
That's
on
right.
the higher side there.
I'm at 11 through 14, so we're good there. And now we are underway on 9 and 10, and then let's see. Well, we need some team names specifically for our U18 squads. I know we've got 5 hands, 1 thumb, and 2 to the left. So which team has 2 lefties? Or is there a team with 2 lefties? I don't think so.
Leah is the only lefty.
All right, so let's try to figure it out without knowing. Okay, one team is called 5 hands, 1 thumb.
Well, both teams would qualify for that.
That's fair.
Because two-handers
you are
on both
correct.
teams, one one-hander.
All right, so still nothing to help differentiate.
And tell me the other team name?
2 to the left.
I would say maybe that's Leah's team because she's the only lefty. 2 to the left.
Well, we got to ask. Next person we see. Well, likes Leah Wansell. Autumn Strode, Grace Zerns, I believe that is, Z-U-E, and Ryan Carmichael. All right. 2 to the left. To the left. To the left. All right. 5 hands, 1 thumb is technically 4th, and that's Strode, Zerns, Carmichael. 2 to the left, Leah Johnson. I'm sorry, Hopkins, Landon Rocco, and Easton Van Hoven.
We had Easton and company on the live stream earlier on today and mentioned Easton made the finals yesterday, bowling with the chip on his shoulder, back in the match play portion.
Yeah, shout out to him. And Eli. Eli's made 2 shows back to back. Emily was bowling yesterday as well. So was Dominic and Tristan. Their entire team,
yes,
respectively, bowled yesterday in the U14 shows in the holiday doubles. Emily bowled with. Who did Emily bowl with?
she bowled with I'm forgetting the name, in Indiana. Leslie
Majors.
Yes,
That's right. Oh wow! I just saw Ruth's release. Going back to the conversation you had earlier, man.
Yeah.
Wow,
Good,
you are
good position, strong. Look at the rev rate too that she's creating now. and forward roll.
I got to tell you right now, and I don't know how old Ruth is, but that is such a significant improvement that I'm not saying that she didn't have any. Now, again, this is U14, so just keep that in mind. It's very early with regard to college, okay? But I can tell you right now, in my head, there are at least 3 coaches that I know would want to recruit.
And a spare.
And she made it. How about
4-7-10.
That right there is how you do it. And perhaps the most nonchalant response to making the 4-7-10 I've ever seen in my life.
I think it seems like she may have turned around and started trying to evaluate how to avoid leaving that 4-7-10
which I can
next
respect.
time.
I can respect that. Absolutely can respect that. All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, that was impressive. The old textbook version.
So best 2 out of 3.
Best 2 out of 3.
All right.
So game 1 is going to belong to the perfect trio.
Look at that. Look at that clean game. Not easy. Starting off with a 5 spare. There was an 8 spare, and then in the 10th frame, 6 spare. Difficult. You don't often see clean games with multi-pin spares. That was one of them, 203. That's how you do it in match play. Spares, stay clean, throw a couple, maybe throw a double in there, and just like that, 203 with a 1-0 advantage.
A little bit of loft there from Eli.
And since total pinfall of this 2 or 3 game total doesn't matter. It just game 1 highest score, and then we reset game 2 highest score. Great spare, Autumn Strode, washout style. Head pin hit the sidewall, takes out the 10 pin. If you see a team that's trailing late in the game, you may see some quick adjustments, maybe make a ball change that's risky, since the total score really doesn't matter. We're just trying to win each individual game. Higher seed had lane choice. Could be a big advantage. Yesterday we saw a big difference between 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Oh, yeah.
So it could be an advantage for the higher seed to select the first game. If it went 3 games, they would go back to the preferred lane that they chose.
Riley, from that aspect, just kind of break down what you think players should be concerned about with the lane transition at this point. Yesterday or today we were talking about during qualifying a few more players obviously on a team, so the breakdown would be kind of slightly different, even though but we only bowled 9 games.
Yep.
Right, and so at this point, because I'm watching 5 hands 1 thumb here, and they're having a little bit of trouble kind of catching things on the right side of the lane, right? It's almost like you got to be perfect if you're playing out.
Yeah, and that going back to what we saw in qualifying, it's the urethane carry down. It's right in front of us. This is exactly what we were talking about, I don't know, an hour ago or so.
You are correct.
So urethane carry down. Here's Carmichael throwing reactive. He's a little bit further right of that carry down. And the reason he's able to stay further right, if this was game 1 and he threw that exact same shot, he strikes there in the 10th frame to seal game 1 victory. If he throws that in game 1 of qualifying, there's no way it reacts the exact same way. It probably goes Brooklyn, it goes high. Since we've got carry down, this 38-foot pattern has stretched out a few feet now, and that ball, instead of hooking, it pushes a little bit further, stays on line a little bit further down lane, and he's able to now throw reactive just right of 10. On the other side, we see some bowlers that are playing inside of that urethane line. So Ryan using it as a hold spot, and some of our deeper players are trying to either hook around it or stay inside of it. So a couple of options, being 38 feet from the beginning, a couple of options to play the lanes. Now that it's stretched out with urethane being thrown, still a couple of options that our bowlers can use and play the lanes a little bit different. Seems to me, from the results that we've seen in game 1 and the tail end of qualifying, if you can stay right of that urethane line and use it as hold, seems to be the advantage right now. But keep in mind that that won't be there for too long for 2 reasons. We're using reactive, so that's going to absorb that oil, and it's 38 feet. So we could see like a random shot here, you know, Carmichael, great 10th frame. We could see a random shot where all of a sudden maybe big 4 through the middle. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but that could happen. It could blow open, and now you got to move left, and you get right into the urethane streak. So we'll keep an eye on that if we can see those bowlers stay right.
It's a big double there from Franco. 201 to 154. Next door on 9 and 10. Strode, Jernus, and Carmichael take game number 1 here on 7 and 8. This is U14. Again, the other side is U18.
Oh, good shot, 10 pin from Ruth.
Riley, as I was saying earlier, and you know, as soon as when I was making the points, you know, she picked up the 4-7-10. But when you talked about what with her release earlier during qualifying, I didn't see it. That one shot is all I needed to see.
Now you got a good look at it, right?
And I'm just telling you right now, there are teams, especially at the collegiate level, that are looking for players that ultimately will have a power-like release. That is the early stages of a power release, and she will go to college.
Yeah.
Perhaps for free, if that's what she wants to do. I'm telling you right now. You know it. You've seen it. And that one won't fall for Leah Johnson.
Very much agree with you, Emil. Halfway through on 7 and 8. Close game, 1 open for Saunders, Franco, and Thatcher. And here we are in the 5th frame for Emily, leaving a 7 pin, looking to stay clean. So a close match brewing on 7 and 8.
Good spare. Gotta get going.
That's close. Strode is just right of that urethane line that we were talking about. That was a close one. A little bit light leaving the 2 pin. 9 spares are good. Speaking of 9 spares, there's Emily. 10 pin. Keeps the team clean through 5 frames.
A lot of these matches feel like we're going to go to that deciding game 3.
I'd love to see it.
You know, young Dominic here. He's got remnants of a 2-handed game, right? But he's full one-handed. But he's got the full cup at the bottom to be able to. Now you got to be strong.
Yes.
To do what he's doing at his age. Like if you were to break down Trisdan's game and Dominic's game, there wouldn't be a lot of similarities until they get to about step 3.5, where the ball is kind of firmly ready to be delivered, right? Trisdan, of course, will eventually get his left hand out of the way. Dominic has been in the full kind of cup mode as he goes into his release. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot of strength. The good shots from Dominic, his hand, forearm, wrist, etc., everything stays strong in a leveraged position. On the not so good shots, it's just that strength, not fully developed yet. Falls off the hand a little bit quick, gets into the lane early. That's the good versus bad shots for Dominic right now. That
looked like a really good shot there from Ruth. didn't quite see it down lane. You can just tell again, she's continuing to be close. Yeah, that's right. Be careful, Emily. Somebody take some bowling balls off that rack.
That's a lot. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds a close match, as Riley indicated. If you're joining us late, we're in the finals of our EYT Trios Team Cup. We've got Perfect Trios versus Bowl Indy All-Stars. The top 3 in the U14 division advance. The top seed in U14. Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Thought I wrote that number or that name down. The Rack Reapers, top team in the U14. This is the 2 versus the 3. And again, winner advances to face the Rack Reapers. And then we've advanced 4 teams in the U18 division, which is on 9 and 10. Our opening match featuring 5 hands, 1 thumb versus 2 to the left. All right, Grace putting together a nice little triple there. They needed that. Over on lane 10. That spare is made as Dominic picked up that phase 2. Give himself a little bit more hook over there. Take care of the spares on the left side. Perfect Trios can go ahead and shut the door here. Double in the 10th from Tristan will allow them to close it out and advance to the championship match.
Oh,
and that's
what
one.
a delivery.
How about that?
That was no doubter. And a little fist bump.
Although the strike did not register, right? Or am I seeing that incorrectly?
It recently has been delayed. I noticed that a couple of games ago. Once it, there we go. Yep. Something, yeah, something's weird about lane 8. But once it recognizes that it has to set the pins, then it registers the score.
And I misspoke too. I was thinking that was a strike in the 9th for Bowl Indy. I was thinking 196. It was just 186, which made the math a little simpler. It would have been a mark and good count, which is all he needs now. And he got the first part down.
He's locked in. He's got a good look actually with the urethane that he's throwing, roughly 14 or so miles an hour. Tristan has gotten his speed up to. And that's actually looking pretty good.
Nice job by Bowl Indy. We mentioned them earlier. Eli, Hunter, and Ruth. But it's going to be Perfect Trios who are going to advance to face the Rack Reapers. Sounds like I should use the Undertaker's theme music when we say the Rack Reaper. It should just be a bomb.
Do you have that effect here? Can you get that going?
The Rack Reaper.
Does this fancy soundboard give you that stuff?
There are some sound effects, but I don't think that one's on it. Might have to get some kind of licensing agreement. Oh no, Easton. 4-6-7 after the back-to-back splits next door. They were kind of right there, maybe giving some hope. And now the hope is all but gone here.
Yeah, max score, if it were to be made, would be 164. And with that, 151. So that will wrap it up on 9 and 10. Despite a couple of opens from Autumn Grace and Carmichael, they scraped by with a 4-bagger in the middle of that game to move on 2-0 in that opening match.
Pair of 203s for Perfect Trio.
I feel like I'm dropping coins, but I don't know. I guess it's
someone
is. I have a question. If I can enter a chat
Sure.
to you. What were some of the notable Phantom game scores? Did you go through that
sure,
at
yeah.
all?
Yes, there were. So in the let's start with the U14 division. There were 211, 204, 201, 200.
All right.
In the U18 division, there were the 280 game from GLV that we know happened on because they finished on 7 and 8. Team winners actually had 279.
Wow.
To couple with their game one actual 279. So they bookended 279s. The Queen and Her Court 244. Five Hands, One Thumb 249. The lowest Phantom game actually was 193.
Wow. Look, good 10th frames. They showed up as a whole qualifying block.
A couple of 240s, two teens. Again, the 280, the 279. That's all in the U18. And then U14 overall, between the divisions, the low Phantom game was 192.
Wow.
The two low games, 192, 193, respectively.
Nice, nice. So it doesn't seem to have adjusted the standings at all from the quick numbers I was looking at.
No, it didn't.
You know, no one like made the cut or missed the cut because of it.
No, and if anything, team winners, the U18 top seed, I would say remained in the top seed because of that, right? But their performance through the 9 games by far certainly would have allowed them to be either first or second. There was only going to be one choice for them between them and the Queen and Her Court, which is now getting their practice shots on 9 and 10. That's Brett Biondo, Ashlyn Tevis, Rushdeen. Then the number 1 seed in U14, the Rack Reapers, Nehemiah Kiefer, Leah Basevic, and Eason Taylor. And the what looks like a Little Debbie replica. So you guys rooting for in these matches? The Schmidt family is actually here and in person watching Emily Bowl. I know we got some fans of Tristan. I'm sure we've got someone from the DiLorenzo family watching as well. I saw Leia's dad here earlier, or at least yesterday. I haven't seen him today, but I'm not sure if he's here or not. But generally the Basevic family is in attendance. I think Easton's mom is here. Mr. Taylor, shout out to Curtis. He was watching from afar yesterday. Coach Steen is watching from afar as well, back home in Iowa. Mama Steen is here this morning. Brett Biondo's dad, Vince, bowled the holiday doubles at St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights. That's in southern Illinois, just near the St. Louis or the Missouri-Illinois border, close to St. Louis. Always a big tournament at the end of the year. Brett told me that Vince missed the cut by, I think he said 3 or 4 pins.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
Darn. Those are tough ones.
Those are indeed the tough ones. So the interesting thing will be watching how the Queen and Her Court bowl on 9 and 10. The last time we saw them, they were on, no, they started on 9, I think, this morning for qualifying. And they shot 170. It was either like they started on 8 and went to 9, or started on 9 and went to 10.
I think it was 9 and 10.
And then they went
Good
179, 278. That was now, of course, a few hours ago.
That's got to be in the back of their minds when it comes to lane choice, right?
Yeah, I'd be curious how they try to navigate that as best as they can.
Oh, all right. Look at this. So they are starting on lane 9. And that was the low game that they had. So if this goes 3 games, they would bowl 2 games on lane number 9. Interesting. Off and running. Leadoff bowler, as has been all day, will be the anchor bowler. And we start with a couple strikes and a potential 9 spare here.
It's also noon Central Time. You know what that means. If you are a fan of football, today is your day. What time do the Bears play? Oh, never mind. You don't care. Never mind.
They do play right now.
Never mind.
They do play now.
How about that? Grandma Schmidt is watching as well with Emily's 2 dogs. Hence
Oh,
the name
cool.
Perfect Trios.
Oh, is that
Full
that's
circle.
where it came from?
Full circle moment.
I love it.
Well, if Rush couldn't leave any more 8s and 9 pins, he's left another one. On lane 9, no less.
He's wearing the H5G brand's Champions jersey from the Battle Royale.
That was a big win, obviously, for Rush. He would be someone, too, we were talking about earlier, players who left kind of that meaningful impact as you watch them grow. And I just think there's a ton of stuff Rush can do at the bottom of the swing.
So much power, very forward with it, advantageous at sometimes.
Kiefer, Taylor, Vasevic. That's so impressive from Dominic, man.
Yeah, if he can keep it on line, like I said, those ones that he can stay underneath the ball and have that strength as he develops that, those they stay on line, and then off the back of the pattern going forward, that's a powerful ball roll.
Uh-oh. This one feels like it's going to go 3. They both kind of feel that way to me. All 3 games I'm speaking of when I say go to 3. Uh-oh. Whoa. Wow.
Got away with one. Did Nehemiah Kiefer and Ryan Carmichael. Good adjustment, whatever it was. 4-9 to lead off the game. His teammates pick him up with a double, and he adds to it with a strike in the 4th. And Tevis matches with her 2nd strike of the game.
Good bowling here. Love team bowling. No substitute for team bowling. Nice break. That's a good 9. Peel.
I'd really like to get in the minds of Steen, Tevis, and Biondo with their lane choice. Lane 9 giving them some troubles to start through the first half of this game. Still a chance to recover. And by no means that they're not out of this first game yet. But we'll need some help. Have to connect on at least a double and then stay clean. As we talked about, this was 179, game number 1 of qualifying for them. Another one from Dominic.
What an impressive thing. Oh, whoa. What?
That was a Swisher 4-7. And my eyes are not quick enough for whatever pin that was that may have split the gap and not touched on any of them. I mean, what was that?
Well, let's
maybe the head pin bouncing everywhere and not connecting.
good shot. Let's see.
Head pin.
The-
Oh,
The head pin made contact with something else.
maybe the 5 pin or something that was coming across. That head pin tomahawked. It
Wow.
said, "Oh, hey, 5 pin, I don't want you to knock down these 2 pins." Hacha.
Big 3-bagger for the Rack Reapers. Here's Tevis. He's seen a little bit of early hook. Again, there will be one more match. It's going to be in the U18 division, where the team winners, top seed there.
Ooh.
That squad truly benefited from bowling a couple of games on this pair.
Good shot, Eason.
Because Stroh, Carmichael, Zernis look like they kind of look like Biondo, Tevis, Steen in game 1. Like when they first bowled their semifinal match,
Yeah.
they kind of had some similar struggles early, and then obviously the more they bowled on the lanes, the more they understood what adjustments they needed to make. We were talking about two-handed bowling, and two-handed girls, and Grace is another example.
I'm really impressed by Grace's game.
Yeah, the increased two-handed presence that we see now in the girls' side of youth bowling.
Yeah, Grace has one of the higher rev rates. Oh no, another 9-pin from Steen. From a two-handed girl perspective, Grace has one of the higher rev rates that I've seen. And spare shooter as well.
So it's very interesting watching what's happening here, Riley, across both matches. Okay, it does look like at the moment, look out.
That's right.
I was just going to say
yeah.
the same thing. This
Yeah.
one's over. But it does look like if you get it to the gutter, you will see hook. It is now hooking off the gutter. But you've got to get it there.
Get it there. Yep. Now, if we did not have urethane being thrown, we wouldn't have to worry about getting it there. You know, you could keep a more natural line and not have to project it so far to the right so fast if there was not urethane being thrown. But since there was, that's why we need to project it so far and quick to the right to get a reaction like Biondo just did.
And sometimes that creates undesired angles.
It's so steep. Yes, yes. I mean, I don't know what the physics terms are, but when a round object goes at tall standing pins and you have a steep angle, not always great. Whatever physics term. Also a good finish, 205 now after a couple of 203 games. So 246, you gotta just, yep, like they're doing right there, just shake the opponent's hand and move on to the next game.
Yeah, wasn't a bad game by any stretch.
If
One
you're
open.
the perfect team, I would just say, hey guys, let's keep going. 205 is a good game. You'll win more than you lose by shooting 205s. Off and running Wilms, wasting no time, keeping the momentum going from his 3 strikes in the 10th frame. And a lineup change for Biondo, Steen, and Tevis. Biondo will take the leadoff position, which will also be the 10th frame. Carmichael remains in that position. One of the better shots from Emily. Wraps the 7.
But I tell you, if Emily can figure out a way to just knock down 1 or 2 more 7-pins, team's going to be in pretty good shape. She is close, and I don't think she's missed the pocket, maybe once.
Oof. Oh, another 9.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, over, under, yeah. Wasn't expecting that. I think Leah just made a joke. I think she said something to the standing of maybe she got that one down with all of her 3 revs or something like that.
Little personality there. I like it.
That's actually another thing too. We obviously talk about the on-lane stuff, but the personality part that really starts to show as the players mature more and they continue to grow. Great shots there from Ashlyn, like Leah, right? Like generally seems quiet, reserved, but we're never in the settee area,
yeah.
Right? We don't know what. Now, from our vantage point, sometimes, especially the U12 girls, it looks like they're always having a good time.
Yes.
Like they know how to party when it's time to bowl and still be serious.
Oh, roll the 8-pin down. And mix the 5-pin.
That's what just makes Nehemiah so really good so early. Where he has some things that you just can't teach.
He's throwing at 18.3 miles an hour down lane.
I mean, I worked my whole life to get to like 16.
Same. Same.
And I didn't get there on a consistent basis.
I don't know if I threw the ball over 18 miles an hour until I was like, literally, like I'm not kidding. Probably a sophomore in college, maybe a freshman in college. I had no idea how to throw it that hard.
Nice job by Tristan. Boy, he's been solid, truly, all weekend. They won yesterday. No. Did they win?
Why can't I remember?
Nehemiah, Eason.
They bowled.
Yes.
Again, yep.
Nehemiah and Eason.
Yep, so Tristan and Dominic took second yesterday.
And Emily and Leslie were third in the U14 division as well. / U12.
There it is.
Nicely done.
Good timing for it. With a double in the 4th and 5th frames.
Now, you know, Grace reminds me of Ariana Araujo. She was a EYT player. She's now a collegiate bowler at Louisiana Tech. Kind of same almost setup. A lot of similarities within there. Ariana obviously a two-handed player, which is why I'm making the comparison to Grace. Dominic, like, man, for the first time I actually saw a little additional early hook. Wasn't expecting that. Biondo trying to keep the team's hopes alive. They trail by 2 next door. Uh-oh. Nehemiah is so powerful that he got some kinesiology tape to fall off a chair. Wasn't even close to him, but it was in the settee area. Tevis. There it is. Well, of course, the interesting thing will be how the youth and really everybody in the bowling world adjust to some of the rule changes regarding urethane next season, really next year, which go into effect at the various levels on January 1st. It does not affect everybody in every tournament, so you do need to be specific. If you're bowling a tournament, you just need to make sure you understand the rules for whatever it is you're going to bowl. If it's a national event of any kind, though, whether it's youth or professional, specifically like a PWBA event or like a Open Championships, Women's Championships, Masters, U.S. Open, Queens, and then into Junior Gold to some degree. I forgot what the rule change there was, but there will be no urethane available, no use of it.
Yeah, make sure you read up on that.
Read all the rules in 2026.
Every tournament now that I bowl, I'll message the people I'm bowling with, and if they don't know the answer, I'm going to Google it or talk to the tournament director. The last thing you want to do is throw an illegal ball by accident.
Well, Eason, Nehemiah, Leah Basevic, that's a dynamite trios team. We knew that coming in. What we did know was how good Dominic, Tristan, and Emily would bowl well together, and they have performed admirably. I'm so impressed by Dominic, man. I literally could not do what he's doing.
Not at all.
I'm excited to watch his physical game improve and see if he continues with this particular style, if he makes any subtle adjustments.
And there's people that he can look up to, right? We got Tom Dougherty as one of them, and then I'm forgetting his name, the Detroit guy, Tom Smallwood.
Yep.
As just a couple. The one-handed palm style. A couple people I think he can watch some videos of and get some tips from.
If you really want to go back to, you can take a look at Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. I know him as a basketball player.
Which was also correct. Mike Miller won several PBA titles.
All right.
But he was one of the early pioneers with respect to the one-hand, no thumb.
There we go.
Release,
Yeah. I like it.
If you're familiar with Adrian Hare or Adrian Miller, that name sound familiar? She went to Nebraska. That's her dad, but they are from New Mexico.
All right.
All right. Well, how about this?
What an adjustment.
Yeah, they shot 214 game one. And now Rush, what feels like a must-strike situation. Their max is 224 and they're trailing. Got to peel. Okay, they peeled too much. And now they need some help.
The lanes look tricky out there.
Congratulations to Eason Taylor, Leah Basevic, Nehemiah Kiefer taking home the Trios Team Cup. Oof.
Man.
Cut right through the heart there.
And that looked like a good shot from here. The reaction seemed like the team liked it. Seemed like Grace liked it as well. That's what it's just tricky out there.
They look hard.
There's really not one like clear-cut way to play the lanes, it seems like. And we saw from Eason and Nehemiah and Basevic a recipe for success with 240, 219.
Oh, she might make this, Riley.
Oh,
she made it.
Great spare, Grace. Ninth frame.
Grace, come through.
The 3-6, 710.
If she doesn't make that, if she had gotten count there, okay, that would have been 172, so it would have been 181 in the ninth, with the opportunity for the queen in her court to basically step up double 8-9 to steal a game. Assuming, of course, Carmichael wouldn't have thrown a double of his own. Still not over, though. Needs a mark to shut him out. And there it is.
Wow, what a closeout, Grace. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10, spares it up, and then Carmichael, a quick response with a strike on what might be the hardest lane between 7 through 10.
Great bowling today from the queen in her court. Brett Biondo, Rushdeen, Ashlyn Tevis. They went plus 279 today to grab the number 2 seed. But, you know, we watched Autumn and Ryan bowl together yesterday during the doubles. They did advance to the finals. Good chemistry. You add in Grace, gives you a different or an additional element, right, of rev rate and being able to play the lanes, open them up just a little bit as well. Pretty good stuff across the board here. So we'll have one more match. Championship in U18. Very consistent bowling too these last couple of times for 5 hands and 1 thumb. Again, after their slow start, man, they were great. 214, 213 back to back here in this one. 166, 194 for the queen in her court. Let's take a look at the right as the ball makes contact with the 3 and the 6 for Grace to make the 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. I mean, it's just perfectly done. That is textbook way to do it. Bowling is a game, a sport of inches. Only a small distance down there between those pins. Well, Riley, we've got the number 1 team in the land. Sebi Vetter, Harper Burnett, and Leah Johnson. We don't often use the word dominant, but they were dominant at times today. Looking at the score sheet, 279, 241, 224, 233. That's how they started the day. Then they shot 198. 236, 237, 207. They ended with 193 in the phantom game of 279 to average 232 on the day.
Wow.
But
so
I tell you,
they had a 2-round bye.
Yep.
They were staying warm on the practice pair, and they come into lane 9 and 10 that has a couple extra games bowled on it. And meanwhile, their opponents have had 2 matches on this exact same pair. These practice shots, I cannot stress it enough. If they want to average their 230 in these next 2 games, they need to throw really good practice shots to get good reads and make quick adjustments if it's needed.
Yeah, this is some intentful practice here.
Yep.
I mean, Harper and Sebi their balls just did the exact same thing.
Yep. I would be talking up a storm with each other right now. Telling exactly what I'm doing. Hey, that was a good shot. That was a bad shot. I did this compared to where I was on the practice pair. I moved left, right. Need to be lockstep with your teams right now.
That practice pair feels like a vacation in comparison to what's happening. And DeAndre Swift just scored for the Chicago Bears. Super random. How about this? Okay, last night went to a birthday dinner celebration for a friend of my wife's and a colleague. And we went to Mastro's Steakhouse. Not sure if you're familiar with that.
I feel like I've heard of it.
It was my first time there. Very nice. Downtown on Dearborn Street. And guess who was there having dinner?
I'm going to take a wild guess. The name you just mentioned.
DeAndre Swift? No. But you're in the right ballpark.
Is it
NFL.
Is it the more famous Caleb Williams?
Close.
The less famous backup quarterback, I forget his name.
Tyson Bagent?
Yeah.
No. Although he probably got himself a good meal there. But I didn't personally see him. Not saying he wasn't there. I didn't see him. Okay. But you're on the right path. Quarterback. Okay. Also young.
Sanders.
Correct.
No way.
Shador Sanders was there right next to the birthday room that we were in.
Huh.
He was in the first room.
That's cool. Was Papa?
I did not see
Sanders
Prime
there.
there.
Oh.
I didn't look that hard, right? Because one of those things, right? You don't want to stare at the guy.
Yeah.
Because he knows. He literally was sitting, like you go up the staircase, and as soon as you get up the staircase, you have direct eye contact with or through the door of that particular room, and he was right in that seat.
Yeah.
Like right in the seat. And I did a quick scan. I saw a couple of other additional, like what to me looked like some individuals that would be around his age. So maybe a teammate or two,
Yeah.
or certainly some close friends.
Yeah. Ricky
So
Dinner or
it's-
something like
yeah.
that.
That was pretty cool. But there was, I think the word had gotten around the restaurant,
Yep.
and so you could just hear it. You could hear the people would walk by.
Yeah. Like person on the other side of the restaurant slowly walking over there just to get a glimpse.
Well, at the end of the night, someone came into the room we were in as we were wrapping up and said, "Are you guys with the Browns?" Like, no. I almost started to say yes because I
Yeah.
wanted to see what the conversation was then going to be like after that.
So we are ready to get rolling, and the number 1 seed has selected. It looks like they're picking lane 9. They are. Sebi will start us off and be the anchor bowler. Carmichael remains anchor bowler. We're off and running with the top seed again picking lane 9. And if I'm Carmichael and crew with Grace and Autumn as the lower seed, I'm very happy with the lane selection.
Well, I think this is a guess, okay, but I did see a couple of those late shots from the team, and I felt like they understood the assignment to a degree, right? And they might have said, we're going to take our chances with this and see how it goes. You see how Sebi had to really open up his angles, right? Getting it to that spot as we talked about. You got to get it there.
They could be thinking, let's not even let this go 3 games. Maybe we can steal game 1, get over to maybe the better lane, and put it away in 2.
That sounds like a very Ben Johnson thing to do.
Yeah.
I love your thinking. As we were going for 2 against the Pack if we had scored. Leah Johnson. And, I think Leah has been a nice addition to this team. Obviously, we watched Sebi and Harper Bowl yesterday, and we know how powerful and incredible they were as a duo. And I think when you add Leah, who is an EYT champion herself, that don't want to understate that. She's a winner too, and I like the addition. That's a nice trios team. Corbin Sadowski, our tournament director, penguin walking. He's cold.
Whoa.
No, that did not hook at all.
Didn't get it far enough right.
Talking about college coaches knocking down someone's door. And I don't know if Harper plays any other sports. Right, the easy thing to assume is that he might also play basketball, right? And I was that guy, right? When you're tall and you're young, people just think, hey, you hoop?
Yeah.
Like, and you might. But, generally it's not the only thing you might do.
Whoa, man, that one took off now. Got that one right.
Yeah, that one's tough because obviously you lose a lot of count right there. And because of that, Autumn and the squad have now taken the lead.
Mm-hmm.
This could be that situation where, the team, in this case, Grace, Autumn, and Ryan, could potentially run the ladder because they've seen this pair the most.
We see that a lot on PBA, PWBA shows. Number 1 seed, it's an advantage to get to the finals, of course. Not always the advantage just to come in and bowl one game or maybe one match, however many games it is on this pair, where you're meeting the opponent that at least won one game, if not more, on the same pair. Ten-pin for Sebi. And a spare.
This is the final match to go. Carmichael. Nice break, just the single pin. Leah, that one kind of dropped a little bit, but I think Leah in this situation, of the two players, this might sound weird, but I think because of Leah's style and the decrease in rev rate, I think she is maybe the most important player of this particular trios team on this pair of lanes.
I can agree with that. The place that she's playing just right of that carry down urethane line, using that to her advantage, laying it down just right of that, so she's got a little bit of hook, and a little bit left of that is a little bit of hold.
Yeah, she's just not going to see the same, maybe violent reaction.
Ooh.
And or lack thereof.
And also the risk reward that she's playing. We had a 9 spare from Leah in her first frame, and then a strike in the second frame. That risk reward is more consistent here, right? And the lanes that we're seeing from Sebi and the lines from Sebi and Hunter are just so wide with the angles. It creates some interesting leaves.
As some bowlers like to say, well, this pair got nasty.
Got nasty.
This pair kind of got nasty. Spare? I'm willing to bet that Harper didn't have 2 opens in a game all day long. If he had 1. It's a good convo you see right there between Sebi and Harper. Probably talking about potential balls and or where they might need to be. Sebi's got the right idea, and I think Harper certainly does as well. It's just about how he's got to get it there. How steep, as we talked about, does that angle have to be? Meanwhile, if you're 5 hands, 1 thumb, Autumn, Grace, and Ryan, they haven't struck yet, but they have the lead because they've made spares. That's a good one. There it is. Watch this. This is just going to be so clean off Sebi's hand. Oh, don't worry, Sebi. That ball's hooking. Neither team has doubled yet. It could happen here. No. All right, how about Leah Johnson? Big moment. That's a good shot there. Oh, yeah.
Way to step up.
That's the weapon right there. That's the X factor. Like, Leah's almost perfectly splitting the difference between Harper and Sebi and what they're doing. Oh, no. And now the first open for the Ryan Grace Autumn squad. When a player like a Harper, we've all been there, you get a couple open frames, you're like, man, what's going on? And there's a double in front of you in Baker. You know this might be the one. It's going to be close, and there it is.
Ooh. I thought that was a little left off of his hand, but he may have done that intentionally, just kicked his feet a little bit right, kept his eyes the same, and now that line is tighter.
subtle parallel.
Yeah.
He essentially split his own difference. Grace kicks the 7-pin. And just like that, folks, 211 max score. Sebi, he can step up and throw all 3 in the 10th to win this game by 1. That's got to get there. That's the one that did not get there.
Yeah, little up the lane, maybe 2 boards to the right of that, and we're looking at a strike.
They're still going to need a double. Oh, my. I was just about to say they were pacing in the old spare strike situation would have been 180. So they still would have needed to find a double, assuming, of course, Sebi would have made this 8-pin spare. And there's the double. Speaking of basketball, you know, Sebi at one point was a devout basketball player. He was splitting his time between bowling and basketball, and then for a moment took a bowling break to focus on basketball, and then decided to come back to bowling and give that his full attention. Oof. That was his opportunity, of course, for Carmichael. Great shot.
So strike for Sebi. Wins this first game.
Boy, this has been such a fun day. And now coming down to truly the final shots. And there it is.
Wow.
Downright aced. He played the ace of spades on lane 9.
Wonderful adjustment. I mean labeling that mark.
That was the one you just slapped the card on the table. It was so good. Just, wow. Give me this book.
Just a subtle difference down lane. Board or 2 to the right from his first ball in the 10th. And this one labels it when it's needed. And that was a no-doubter 10 straight back.
So truly a seesaw game, Riley, that went back and forth all the way literally to fill shots. 190, 188.
Tough one to take with Carmichael, Strode, and Grace. But now you know. You got to win 2 in a row.
Best 2 out of 3. You see the both teams, and I don't know, you know, how well they each team known each other prior to, right? But I feel like both teams, really all the teams we've watched today, have communicated very well. And sometimes it can be difficult if you ask someone that you don't really know that well or haven't bowled with a lot, because you do need to be able to communicate what you're seeing, or if you want to offer suggestions, you should feel comfortable, right, being able to do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like all the teams we watched today have been very good at their respective communication.
And we're seeing it right now. Where was I standing over there is what he was asking.
Hey, it used to happen to me all the time. Sometimes I could be on the same lane.
Yeah, I mean, he just got finished with an intense delivery there. You know, that was something where he was just thinking in that moment, hey, I'm trying to throw the best shot I can, trying to throw a strike to win this game. And then it happens, you know, lots going through your mind right there.
You also, you know, we don't know if he has the lanes different, right? And so from going back to the practice shots that he had, you know, did he have the lanes different, and how much did he have the lanes different? How many boards?
Yeah, back to the communication piece. It's not easy. It often takes a lot of times of bowling with each other and teammates to figure out how you play the lanes versus how your teammate does. and some you'll just immediately click with because you play the lane similar. You have a similar eye for the game. You have a similar ball roll, speed, rev rate, and you just link up with each other. Sometimes that's natural, and sometimes it takes a lot of practice. I've got a couple of buddies that I love to bowl with, but we throw the ball completely different, and we both know now when he's clicking and I'm not. Like I've got to play lanes completely different than the way he does, and you know, everyone, a lot of talented bowlers out there will try to emulate a little bit of what they're doing, but not always the case.
Open frame of this particular game. That was the one where Leah did get that ball right of target. Oh, nice.
Wow. Last time she was on lane 9, went high and left the split. Good adjustment from Grace.
Looks like a black hammer there for Grace.
Ooh. So Brooklyn for Harper and a high 4-7 for Sebi. We'll see what kind of adjustments are made right now.
Dixie Halter Burnett in the chat said, awesome, keep it going. I'm going to assume just via the last name, perhaps some relation to young Harper. Thank you for watching.
Nice. Still a little high flush for Sebi.
Well, going back to the early point you made, Riley, when you talked about lane choice for the top seed for Harper, Sebi, and Leah, and choosing lane 9 and to try to maybe steal a win, as you said, in game 1 and go win it perhaps on the lane that they feel like might be actually a little bit better. Good break there. They did steal the win in game 1. And now in a position on a lane that looks like it's subtly different. I feel like they have a bit more control on what's happening on the right lane than they did the left.
Oh.
The left is just too unpredictable, the left lane.
It could be a ball return situation as well, knowing where they're playing now.
Oh, hook ball.
And it does. Knowing where they're playing, they are really far left now. Maybe they wanted to avoid getting in front of the ball return. All right, so Carmichael going through it right now. Switched to a more aggressive ball in the first frame, so he's still the anchor bowler, and that one was too strong. Comes away with a 9 spare. Switches, I believe, to another different ball. So basically 3 different bowling balls in the last 3 frames for him. This one seemed like he expected it to come off the break point. It didn't. Still makes the 8 spare, but now in the back going through discussion. He's in that anchor position, a lot of pressure, and a little bit lost right now. With a spare, a 3-pin advantage for 5 hands and a thumb.
Grace sporting her PBA Junior jersey. There's a little bit of a partnership there. You get some credit. I forgot the exact terminology, but when you bowl EYTs, that counts for points on the PBA Junior Tour as well. Big shot here, Strode. Nice. Autumn always keeps her emotions in check.
And she's tricking the ball right now. Playing further right, she's doing 2 things. She's cut down her rev rate, but her ball speed, it looks to be her normal speed for ball speed. but she's cutting back the rev rate, allowing her to play further right. And she's also more up the back than what her maybe A game or preferred release is. And what that is doing is keeping the ball rolling forward and more controlled in the back end. With more rotation, she wouldn't be able to play where she is right now.
Carmichael slices through the heart again.
Yeah, he's fighting. He's really battling. This is a really good effort that he's putting in. He doesn't have the great look right now, and he's really trying.
Wow. Well, you talking about the mistake ball that still strikes. Mom is here. His dad was here yesterday. Speaking of Sebi, recently saw a photo of him behind the wheel of a vehicle that his mom posted. Look out, world! Got another young driver out there. Oh, tripped the 4 and the 7.
What
Leah.
a time for that! Again, 8th frame. We saw this in game 1, 7th and 8th frame. Sebi and Leah going going back to back. Big double, setting up the 9th frame now.
I told Leah she won in November. At the Battle Royale, she had the thumb issue. The ball stuck on her thumb. She, of course, was emotional after that. And then she came right back and won a couple times. Pretty impressive. She could win again. But first, Grace for 7.
She threw that one really good. She was well leveraged, posted it. It came off of her hand very aggressively. I love the quality of that shot. Unfortunately, leaves the 4-7. I mean, in that position, though, high pressure, that was a really good delivery.
Back score, 233 for team winners. And Harper almost putting an exclamation point, almost on this one. Not over yet. Not over by a long shot.
Yeah, gutsy performance right now on both sides. The waters are choppy. The lanes are not easy.
Ooh, the waters are choppy. Okay. I see you. Well, here's the situation. So Autumn is in a must-strike situation here. If she does that, Carmichael can still step up and possibly throw 3 in the 10th for 215. That would force Sebi to double. Good shot. Of course, she knew and understood the scoring pace at this moment. Now, this spare still equally important.
Yep, you want to keep the pressure on.
Well, 9 out from Sebi is 200.
Yep, you still want to make the other team show up. And that she did. Hey, 2 great shots, 8th and 9th frame from Grace and Autumn. I love those shots. Confident shots. I mean, on target. Everything was really good. Unfortunate to come away with 8 spares and 9 spares, but to show up in those pressure situations, really good shots.
Sebi needs a mark here. Lock up a trios team cup. Maybe? No.
We'll have to score.
But the score thought
correct.
it was. All right, he's got to make it. Got to make it. If he does not make it, Carmichael will have a chance in the 10th frame. Couple of pats. Puff ball there. Picks up the plastic. Aggressively at it. And there it is. And a smile. And officially now we'll just need 3 pins. Vetter will handle his business. Sebi and Harper and as a duo go back to back, and of course Leah, as Sebi throws the plastic right down the middle. That one strikes as well. Add in Leah Johnson today, and you've got yourself another championship Carmichael. This is good information. Now this right here, folks, is what eventually makes champions. Okay, you do not throw, in my opinion, you just don't throw the shots away here, especially on a challenging lane. And Ryan, you can see the churning happening in his brain throughout this match. And if he sees or encounters something like that, doesn't have to be in this building, but it very well could be. We are here a lot, but he could see something like this elsewhere as much as he bowls. I mean, that's going to be a clean 190-plus game. And at the end of the day, they had no doubles. If they get one double, they perhaps win this game.
Yeah, man, they fought really hard. And I'm as a spectator, just impressed by that and proud of them for the huge grind that they just went through. They could have easily folded in and thrown in the towel halfway through that game, but they kept grinding, made their spares, put pressure on the other team, and Sebi, 10th frame, showed up twice, big for his team.
That was, we were talking about traditionalists earlier, right? And people who don't like two-handed bowling. But if you're a traditionalist in the sense of you just like, and you enjoy not a lot of strikes sometimes, and you like to watch players have to grind each shot, that match for a championship was what you like. That was what you prefer. I mean, if we can go back and count them all, there weren't that many strikes across those two games.
Doubles were huge. Gaining the extra hit there, and pretty much the difference.
Yeah, in this case,
was catching one double or so.
One double for 5 hands, 1 thumb, Autumn Strode, Grace Ernie, and Ryan Carmichael. But, of course, the one triple from team winners, Sebi, Leah, and Harper. The one triple ultimately got it done. Are we doing, I was just about to say, are we bringing the backdrop or not?
Yeah, we'll bring that one in.
Does that happen? That was impressive. That was good professional bowling right there.
And that shows six and a half or so, give or take, to 1 ratio that we're bowling on. Easier on
supposed
paper.
To be easy, Riley.
But it got choppy. That's what happens when we bowl a high amount of games. Oil moves around. It gets taken off the lane by some bowling balls, gets pushed down the lane by other bowling balls, and we're on completely different conditions than where we were at the start of the block. During qualifying, we saw a couple teams averaging the 220s get to the 230s. Not the case now because of all the transition that we just encountered.
It's also the difference, folks, again, as you know, we hope that you learn something every now and then when you watch the EYT, of course, especially listening to Riley. But the difference between bowling on the fresh and bowling on the burn. If we were to re-oil, there would have been still some subtle differences, obviously, but there just would have been more strikes thrown because the pattern would have been fresh.
Yes.
When you bowl on the burn, as most know, but if you don't, this is why I'm saying this, you have to play it as it lies.
Yeah.
Right, to use a golf analogy. And so all the things that have happened throughout qualifying, and then you add in the lane characteristics themselves, and you get sometimes grind outs, and that's exactly what we got. All right, so we'll have our champions presentations here in a moment as we are coming up on the 1 p.m. Central Time hour. Riley, I'm going to ask, what stood out to you today? When you this weekend in general too, we don't get a chance to watch our teams or our players compete as teams, right? One weekend per year. Doubles yesterday, trios today. I mentioned I was very impressed by the team communication. What else stood out to you?
I think something that just jumped in my head right now, wasn't really thinking of it until it popped in, was some of the team choices. You know, some of our more seasoned and experienced and frequent EYT bowlers pairing up with some EYT bowlers that we don't see all the time. I think that was unique to learn about. We had the team Indiana that came in, and then we have like Autumn bowling with Carmichael. We don't see Carmichael all the time, but we're seeing him more often. We had Harper bowling with Sebi. We see Sebi all the time. We're seeing Harper more often. So I think it was the unique pairings that I saw this weekend in both doubles and trios.
Had you seen Harper? Has he been here and I haven't been here? Because I'm pretty sure I can't miss a 6-7 youth bowl.
Yeah, I think he bowled one other event, but don't quote me on that.
Well,
one.
I mean, again, hard to miss a 6-7 youth bowl.
Because I'm also thinking there were two other very tall male bowlers that we've had. They weren't here this weekend, but I could be, thinking of them instead of Harper.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think that was the most unique thing is the pairings, and then of course how that goes with communication, team play, lane play, and everything that comes with a great team bowling.
Grace Zerner, Autumn Strode, Ryan Carmichael, the runner-ups today in the U18. I'm excited to see Grace more. I mentioned she's giving me the Ariana Araujo bowling vibes, and that's a good thing. I think she is very good right now, very good.
Yeah, I would love to see her bowl more EYTs so we can get a good look at other lane play that she can do, right? Other bowling balls, other lane play, different patterns to put her on. I'd love to see that.
Team winners, as Riley mentioned earlier. Basically, if you're naming your team winners, then you got to come through, and boy did they.
Couple of EYT champions jersey up there.
There is Nora Russell, one of the best in the business of sports photography in general. For Nora, does a lot of weddings. So if you got a wedding out there and you need a photographer, Nora is your person. And not just a wedding, but maybe like a mini shoot or a holiday shoot or senior pictures or a headshot. The Rack Reapers. Boom. Boom. What did Leah say? I've heard more funny comments from Leah today than I have in the 3 years that I've watched her bowl. That's when you know, like, the kids are about to go to high school.
So Eason and Nehemiah come away with 2 more titles to their name.
Yeah.
Winning yesterday and today.
That duo and Sebi and Harper. Perfect on the weekend.
Just how you want to draw it up right there.
That's impressive.
2 events, 2 wins. Perfect weekend for a couple of our EYT bowlers.
One more champs photo. Our next event coming up is going to be course, the first event of January, and it's going to be in Northwest Indiana, which is the actual home of one Deandra Asbady. Her actual city or hometown is Dyer. We will not be in Dyer, but we have bowled in Dyer in the past at Stardust. But we will head to Plaza Lanes in Highland, Indiana. What I would believe to be for perhaps the first time. Maybe
Yeah,
in the Elite Youth Tour.
Unless we were there, 10 years ago, for example,
Right.
before I got involved. Yeah, first time. Plaza Lanes, right?
It will be at Plaza Lanes in Highland, Indiana. There's the information right side of your screen there. Again, January 31st. And we were talking about, of course, Indiana being represented more on the Elite Youth Tour. I'd imagine we will maybe see the highest influx of bowlers.
Yeah, let's bring them in.
From that state during that weekend. And
Yeah.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, I want to see some new faces. I want to see some new games out there, meet some new people, get some Indiana bowlers.
Yeah, for the first time in a while, I'll need to do a what I like to call a site visit.
Oh, yeah.
Never been
see
there
what
before.
See what the internet's like, the
Yeah.
setup, if they have tables.
That place is about 10 minutes from my house, and I've never been there.
No way, it's only 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to
You're
it.
pumped.
I'm rolling in there. I don't need to wake up until 6:30.
Yeah, look at that.
I could run out the house and still get there by 7:15.
Yeah. Nehemiah is kind of mimicking the granny style.
Oh, that's great.
From this morning when we had the cosmic lights on. And,
Yeah.
and Nehemiah ended up winning that portion of like the tournament before the tournament, the fun stuff. I don't think he had any idea how to throw granny style.
He did not. They just said use the two hands, and he was like, okay. And then he went up there, kind of had his legs apart slightly, but his first one was going to be like absolute just his release.
Yeah, like a one step
it was
or
like
a
a
no
one
step.
two hand. Oh,
and we're like,
man.
hey, wait.
That
That's
was
not
great.
it.
Yeah, he had no idea how to do it, which was even better. He's like, well, Granny, what is this?
Congratulations. I've got your turbo cards. See me before you leave. I'm going to be in there.
And with that, folks, that will put the official
Good work,
cap.
everyone. Good work, team.
And there's Dee telling us good work. That will officially put the cap on 2025. It's not the cap on the season because EYT seasons run as your league seasons do. So we start a new season in August and we end it in July. But it will cap off the 2025 year. And it was another solid year, of course, on the Elite Youth Tour. Riley, give us your final thoughts as we head home and what to look forward to in 2026.
Yep, we're looking forward. Well, final thoughts. Bowlapalooza weekend, another good success. Would love to see additional teams come in. So again, if anyone's out there rewatching this or watching now, reach out to us. We'll get you paired up. If you don't have a doubles partner or a trios team, we'll get you paired up. There were some people looking for some partners. So just encourage you guys to come out. It's our one of the most fun weekends that we have, 2-day event. Trying to make it better next year. So come on out and bowl. It's team event bowling. So I love it. Everyone here had a great time, Baker style. It's quick, it's fun, entertaining, and some good memories made. So love Bowlapalooza weekend. Looking into next year, we've got some new places and new things. So looking forward to the Indiana event. Moving forward, also looking forward to our first event on string pins.
Oh, yeah, that's right. February.
So that'll be coming up in February. And then, of course, our other regular events, we'll get into the later half of the season and have our normal battle royales. We'll crown some new major champions this year. But good 2025. Looking forward to 2026. Looking forward to be a part of it, as always.
That was well said. Again, as mentioned, Plaza Lanes, Highland, Indiana, January 31st. Next event on the schedule. And again, the string pins event Lucky Strike / Bolero Romeoville in February, also at the end of February. Oh, I might miss that now that I say that out loud. That's going to be disappointing. I'll look at the schedule. Nonetheless, I want to thank Riley Smith, of course, the president of the Elite Youth Tour, of course, Deandra Asbeatty, co-founder of this wonderful tour. Shout out to Megan, Nora, Corbin, Stephen, Jawan, Aretha, all here today, and those who could not be with us. Shout out to Melanie, Amanda, and everyone else who makes this thing go, also behind the scenes. I want to thank all of our parents, certainly the athletes, for what they do. The competition was fantastic today, and just like you would expect on the Elite U Tour. With that said, I want to thank our sponsors, Dexter, H5G, Storm, Turbo, Gail Volschel, Fast Track Physio, and Bullstream TV. And with that said, we will bid you adieu. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for those, whatever you're celebrating, Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa. Enjoy it with your family and your friends, and have a Happy New Year. Next time we will talk to you will be 2026. We will see you then. For Riley Smith, my name is Emil Williams Jr. We say so long for now from Strike and Spare 2. This has been a presentation of the Elite Youth Tour. The Bowlapalooza weekend is complete. We'll see you on the other side in 2026. Yes, be safe, be well, and enjoy the new year. Good night.